ready to speak, you know what I mean?
You will not be able to stay home, brother. You will not be able to plug in, turn on, and cop out. You will not be able to lose yourself on Skag and skip out for beer during commercials because the revolution will not be televised. The revolution will not be televised. The revolution will not be brought to you by Xerox in 4 parts without commercial interruptions. The revolution will not show you pictures of Nixon blowing a bugle and leading a charge by John Mitchell, General Abrams, and Spyro Agnew to eat hog maws confiscated from a Harlem sanctuary. The revolution will not be televised. The revolution will not be brought to you by the Schaefer Award Theater and will not star Natalie Woods and Steve McQueen or Bullwinkle and Julia. The revolution will not give your mouth sex appeal. The revolution will not get rid of the nubs. The revolution will not make you look 5 pounds thinner because the revolution will not be televised, brother. There will be no pictures of you and Willie Mae pushing that shopping cart down the block on the dead run or trying to slide that color TV into a stolen ambulance. NBC will not be able to predict the winner at 8:32 on report from 29 districts. The revolution will not be televised. There will be no pictures of pigs shooting down brothers on the instant replay. There will be no pictures of pigs shooting down brothers on the instant replay. There will be no pictures of Whitney Young being run out of Harlem on a rail with a brand new process. There will be no slow motion or still life of Roy Wilkins strolling through Watts in a red, black, and green liberation jumpsuit that he has been saving for just the proper occasion. Green Acres, Beverly Hillbillies, and Hooterville Junction will no longer be so damn relevant, and women will not care if Dick finally got down with Jane on Search for Tomorrow, because black people will be in the street looking for a brighter day. The revolution will not be televised. There will be no highlights on the 11 o'clock news and no pictures of Harry armed women liberationists and Jackie Onassis blowing her nose. The theme song will not be written by Jim Webb or Francis Scott Key, nor sung by Glenn Campbell, Tom Jones, Johnny Cash, Engelbert Humperdinck, or The Rare Earth. The revolution will not be televised. The revolution will not be right back after a message about a white tornado, white lightning, or white people. You will not have to worry about a dove in your bedroom, the tiger in your tank, or the giant in your toilet bowl. The revolution will not go better with Coke. The revolution will not fight germs that may cause bad breath. The revolution will put you in the driver's seat. The revolution will not be televised, will not be televised, will not be televised, will not be televised. The revolution will be no rerun, brothers. The revolution will be live. Oh.
I'm talking about Shabaka'S going crazy. People going crazy in these motherfuckers. Run that shit back, man.
But it means nothing. Nothing about a woman on the bed. Man made the car. Carry the heavy load. Man made the electrolyte to take us out of the dark. Man made the boat for the water like the 7-millimeter. Man thinks about a little bit of baby girl and a baby boy. Man make them happy because man make them dark. But after man make everything we can, do you know that man makes money? To buy from other men. This is a man's world.
Greetings, Black family. Greetings. Go ahead, Shabak, with the intro.
Greetings, ladies and gentlemen. This is Shabaka'S and Corey. We were supposed to be on Blog Talk tonight at our usual time, and they fucked us out of it again, saying they got technical difficulties. And I just sent them a letter that as follows to Blog Talk Incorporated. I see you're fucking up again. Why the hell are you always having technical difficulties? You keep fucking us out of our money. Legal issues will be taken.
Damn.
Period.
Because
I'm sick of this bullshit. You know what I'm saying? Because the goddamn money that I paid for this shit, you see, could have put some more gas in my car. You see what I'm saying?
Yeah.
And then appreciate it, twin. And then I cannot share it to the like page.
Yeah, that's really weird. Like I said in the private chat. It might be they demoted us. I don't know, because it only allows you to stream on one platform, so that might be the reason.
Okay. All right. So, like I said, man, this is a bunch of bullshit. Okay, you got this stupid ass motherfucker Vivek Ramaswamy.
Oh Lord, not bad salami, Shabaka.
Yeah. Now they got this punk.
We got Mac in here. Mac 285's in here.
Yeah, Mac 285. We tried to get Sarge, man. Blog Talk fucked us up, man. You know what I'm saying?
Anybody have a way of reaching Sarge? Mac Twin.
Yeah, I don't have a way of reaching it. They say. And so then now they got old Ted Cruz up here talking this bullshit. And the only thing that I respected about Ted Cruz when he popped him up here and said they all can kiss his ass. You know what I'm saying? My sentiments exactly. Okay, so they got this orange motherfucker up here going around with this damn Band-Aid on his fucking ear. So I guess that there's going to be some new trend. Okay, the climate of hate is at an all-time high. Okay, I was looking at this bullshit right there in Blog Talk that Brother Paris has set up right there. The yellow numbers is indicating how much we are into the goddamn show, but can't nobody sign the fuck in. Okay? So what is that? You see, so what is that? You see, besides an insult to our intelligence.
Yeah, so we're supposed to be hearing from our arch nemesis Sarge on the season 9, episode 6 of Shabaka'S Blacc Experience Enhanced. He was supposed to be co-hosting it and talking about the dump as a human shit, and we want to make that perfectly clear. Okay, Donald J. Trump. Sarge was the guest host in this show. We, the production staff, we were asking Sarge to explain himself as to why he does not support reparations and why he loves the orange juice so much. And then y'all are supposed to call in, but can't call in because they're not letting us run the show.
They threw a monkey wrench in our works again. Let's call it what it is. They threw a monkey wrench in our works again.
It's like they did on the 4th of their lives.
Yeah, the 4th of their... Oh, yeah, that's the coincidence right there, Brother Chet. The 4th of their lives, okay, and you got this Republican convention shit going on. So I'd imagine, man, that they'll do the same goddamn thing, man, when they had these fucking Democrats out here. You see what I'm saying? Yeah. So if somebody out there got a link to Sarge, you know, tell him to join us on Streamyard if he wants or if he dares. And then we got the board up there, Blog Talk, showing, you know, that we can't get into the goddamn things because I called into it. And we're having technical difficulties, you know, sounding like some fucking gay ass motherfucker shoving ketchup up his ass. You see? So we expected a good show tonight. So it just went down the fucking tubes, and this is going to be our last month of paying for this shit. I can't do this no more. Yeah. I can't do it. You see? And they do it systemically. Now, I'm quite sure what has happened. Okay, I care and I don't care that these sons of bitches has probably written some letters to Blog Talk complaining on us because you know we don't believe the banana in the tailpipe.
We don't go for sure, Shabaka, unless we go to another platform and see if they're not allowing them to get in either.
Oh yeah. So, you know, if we know anybody on another platform with these fools that's having the same problem, you know, please let us know. Okay. Fuck Joe Gibson, you know, and I'm putting it out there, Joe. Okay, it's because you quit calling in, which is your big, which is fine, you know, we don't really give a good goddamn if you call in or not, okay? But I'm thinking, I'm not accusing Joe of anything, but what it is I have reason to believe is that somebody has been writing blog talk on us to flag us, you know what I'm saying? So what's going to happen is, Brother Che, you and I are going to have to get together and get something going here with Streamyard. You see what I'm saying? Is because I'm done with blog talk. I can't do it no more. I can't do it no more because, like I said, the fucking money that I paid these sons of bitches with for this month could have been more gas in my car. You see what I'm saying? I could have been doing something else. You see what I mean?
Right.
And what have you. So we definitely need some donations, is because we're going to try to take our platform to a higher level of the Streamyard, and hopefully we can get enough money to have the platform where we could bring in, I think you could bring in up to 12 if I'm not mistaken, you know. And then we was going to try to put it on Spreaker. We can't, because see, if we would have went and paid for the Spreaker and Blog Talk did this shit right here, you see what I'm saying? Then that thing would have been $1,500 out the window, because they want you to pay them by the year. You see how these motherfucking tech giants do? They take your goddamn money and then they don't dig what you're saying, and then they pull this kind of shit. Say, and this is why I do not do no goddamn artificial intelligence, because of this reason right here. You see, they could have sent me a fucking email, you know, or they could have said, when we produced the episode in their studio right there, that hey, we're having technical difficulties. You see what I'm saying? So when people call in, they're gonna be told they got technical difficulties. Mm-hmm. You see what I mean? And this is a bunch of bullshit. You see what I'm saying? All right, Brother Che, hit us with some okay, let me see here. I'm sending a letter out. Okay, we're on StreamYard, okay. And putting up it, Blog Talk is fucking up again. And I have to say it like that. You see?
We can move to Blueberry podcasting.
How does that work?
It looks like it's the same thing as StreamYard, but it's a different company.
Okay, question. Can we take the episodes from our Blog Talk podcast and upload it to that platform?
Let me read this, and then hopefully it'll answer your question. So, moving from Blog Talk Radio. To move your media to Blueberry from Blog Talk Radio, follow these steps. Leave your Blog Talk Radio account active until you are done with the migration steps below or longer. Set up your show listing at Blueberry by logging in and using the old RSS feed from Blog Talk Radio. If you are not Blueberry.
Okay, here's the link to that, Brother Che. Okay, you know how you see the link that we usually do for the Blog Talk platform?
Yeah.
Okay, so after you put in, you know, the code for Shabaka'S Blacc Experience Enhanced, right? Mm-hmm. You do a / after that, and then you put up Blog Talk after it to that, and that should
look like it's cheaper than
it looks like it's cheaper than Blog Talk Radio. It says
How much,
standard
dude?
$12 a month, first month. Then they got advanced hosting that's $20 a month. And they got
now
$100 a month.
okay. For the advanced, do you have to pay it all at once for the year?
No, they have a trial.
Oh.
You get a free trial.
Okay, and what's the next step after the free trial?
Then you got to start paying for it after that.
How much?
$20 a month.
Okay. All right, so shoot me the link to that, man. You know what I'm saying, on the phone, and I'll check it out
On the computer, so I'll send it to you on Facebook Messenger.
Okay. All righty. Okay. All right. And then too, the reason why I'm doing so few of the Streamyards is because the Streamyards is pulling more data off of my data package. You see what I'm saying? Than the Blog Talk does. See what I mean?
Yeah, L, y'all wants me to drop the link. L, y'all's in here.
Oh, okay.
Get in. Yeah, we're having technical difficulties, L, y'all, on the StreamYard. But he wants, I guess, I mean, not on the StreamYard, on the Blog Talk.
Right.
StreamYard. Says Islam.
All right, okay. If L, y'all wants a StreamYard, you know, please send him the StreamYard link, you know. And so what we got to do, Brother Chaz, we got to sit down here, man, you know, with some notepads and shit, you know. It's because we need donations bad, you know. Yeah. We haven't had no donations in a while, you see what I mean? And we appreciate, you know, Dr. Phil Scott, you know, we appreciate Professor Black Truth, but you all are up and running. And we're trying to, you know, be like you all, you see what I'm saying? And then same thing with Lisa Cabrera. Hey, we love y'all, you know what I'm saying? But we trying to get paid too. Because me, Brother Che, and Lady Che, we've been throwing our fucking money off into this shit for the last 4 goddamn years that I know of. You see what I'm saying? And you know, and we need some sponsors. And therefore we have had celebrities on our platform before and educators, and we'd like to bring some more. But that only happens with some money, man, because ain't nobody gonna work for fucking free. You see what I'm saying?
All right, there you go.
No. Yeah, you see, ain't nobody gonna work for fucking free. You see what I'm saying? This shit is expensive. And then you got this punk ass motherfucking house nigga up here, Ben Carson. I wonder what kind of man Ben Carson.
What he say now, Shabaka? What did L y'all? Not L y'all. Sorry. What did Uncle Ben say now?
They probably got his coon ass at the back of the bus and he just skinning and grinning like a house nigga. You know what I'm saying? And Lord Trump is supposed to speak, and Marco Rubio is supposed to speak. The panties, Florida is supposed to.
I might just stream it, Shabaka. Let me see if I can stream it.
Okay, and then you got Nikki Haley with her racist ass up there. Mm-hmm. And then that punk ass. Oh, and I want to see this bitch, the panties, speak and see what he has to say. Actually, well, I ain't gonna say it on the air. You know, and actually, Black family, what we need to do is alienate all these house niggas. Van Jones, Ben Carson, Barack Obama. No, we have to put it out there and let it be known that none of these sellout, no good, faggot ass motherfuckers speak for us. And I want to make that perfectly clear.
Okay, it looks like
December 5th, 2024, the most important day in the history of our country. That's what it's going to go down as. Thank you.
Okay, well, we could spot check.
Please welcome Iowa Attorney General Brenna Byrd.
Okay, they got this Negro Van Jones up here on Cartoon News Network sitting up here with this bullshit, believing in a system that don't believe in him.
Yeah. Good evening, Milwaukee. My name is Brenna Bird, and I am the Attorney General of the great state of Iowa. A few years ago, I was a local prosecutor locking up bad guys. But in 2022, I ran for Attorney General and beat the incumbent Democrat who was first elected when I was just 2 years old.
Greetings, y'all.
Peace and love. Islamism. Has this been a crazy few days?
Yes.
Oh, yeah.
To say the least.
Oh, yeah. And then also, too,
I was trying to catch up with y'all. When I seen the post for Sarge, I was trying to catch up. But then I called at 9. I think the timing was there. I called at 9. They said it was going to take another hour to come on. So
we ain't worried about it, yeah, because I just sent Blog Talk radio. A message, man, saying because they coming up with that bullshit. We had a technical difficulty. And then but yo,
you gotta take that like a G, yo. You see how Trump took that? Trump took that shot like a G.
But as for this here, though, yeah. Now this
and then
now the dude's name, man, was Timothy Crooks, and so you got a Crooks shooting at another Crook. Okay, they dumped on him. They kicked him off the planet. You know what I'm saying? And don't know who put this stupid motherfucker up there to do some shit like that, man. That shit is crazy, man.
But let me ask you a question. Do you know who Jonathan Odie is?
No.
The name rings a bell, enlighten me.
Okay, so Brother Shay, if you can pull up a video of Jonathan Odie, Trump, Florida, Doral shooting. We will see that back in 1914, there was some comments made about Trump where he said they're going to try to kill Trump. Now, I'm not laughing at the fact that they killed Trump, that they tried to shoot him. I'm laughing at the fact, whether it's fake or not, I'm laughing at the fact that you missed.
Yeah.
And since you missed, y'all know, if y'all from the hood, y'all know you missed. What's my return when you miss?
Well, you saw what they did to him. They kicked him off the planet. The Secret Service dumped on him, man. You know what I'm saying? And you know them motherfuckers is packed.
But they dropped those charges in Florida, didn't they? They dropped them charges quick.
I'm looking up Jonathan Odie, what?
Florida.
Okay.
Florida, Trump, Doral shooting.
And then also too, when I visited Florida there, I was happy to see Mary McLeod Bethune Highway in Daytona Beach, and I got within 2 miles of seeing the Atlantic Ocean. Man, I never seen the Atlantic Ocean. I've seen the Pacific all my life. You know what I'm saying? But I never saw the sun rise over an ocean before. You know what I mean?
Oh, Jonathan Carl or Jonathan Odie?
Say that again.
Jonathan Carl or Jonathan Odie?
Jonathan Odie. And look under videos. You know how you go through Google and you look through videos and it's the images or all. And what you're looking for is he's going to look like an old man sitting there in a hospital gown. And he got almost a bald head. And he got caught up in the P. Diddy and Cassie stuff. And he says, so he went to shoot up the Donald Trump towers in Florida because of the corruption that was going on. And he said,
yes, sir.
And he says, this was around 1914, 1912, 1914. And he starts, yes, keep going through there. You're going to see a video of a dude sitting there with look like a hospital gown on talking to the police. And that's the video we want. We want to hear his words and hear him say, Trump went against the system. He went against Obama. He went against Hillary Clinton. He went against the system. And now they're going to kill him. He says it in the words. So all of this. Go ahead.
I'm a little confused. You said this here happened in the year 1914?
No, I think he meant 2014.
Yes, 2014. 2012, 2014. This dude went into a Donald Trump floral hotel in Florida and shot it up. And when he shot it up, he mentioned P. Diddy, Cassie. He was a sex worker for them from something about a beer. And he was around these people, and Trump, Obama, Hillary Clinton, and all of them are complicit in child stuff.
Oh, yeah.
So,
child abuse.
Trump went against them. Trump went against them. And he said they're going to try to kill Trump. He says it in 2014. So to me, like people ask me, why you laughing? I'm laughing because I knew the next day they was going to come out with 57 videos like many men. I knew they was going to portray Trump as a gangster. I knew it. And they did.
Which is. Okay.
I'm waiting for Trump apocalypse. That's what I'm waiting for. Trump apocalypse. The Tupacalypse. Trump apocalypse. Yeah. I'm waiting for Teflon Don. You see what I'm saying? It all has a script within a script within a script. However, this dude back then, he named P. Diddy and all of them as sex traffickers. And he said he performed sex with P. Diddy and Cassie. And he named DJ Khaled as somebody else who was involved. He named it to the police. The police did not want to hear his story of why he shot up. They keep asking, why'd you shoot it up? And he's telling them why. Because there is a cabal working in this nation against the people, and the people are going against themselves following the cabal. And it all...
Were you able to watch the Follow the Cabal?
Okay, so now the cabal, right? And so Illuminati just means that you're enlightened, you're illuminated, you see things, you can prophesize. That's all Illuminati really means.
Yeah.
When we talk about cabal, that kind of puts it, and if you please look up the definition, brother Shay, don't go by my words. When we go by cabal, the way it has been represented is that these are a group of individuals who want to do other individuals harm. Some may call it a dark force. Some may call it something else and something else. And I don't care what they call it. You trying to hurt the innocent, then I'll cut your throat.
Yeah, what
and I don't mean that
is a secret political clique or faction.
Okay, yeah. So in that secret political faction, so you have an agenda that is not beneficial to the people, and we the people are not with that program. So we say we are going to stand together. However, in stand together, we cannot give in to your offers and explanations of what the world is. We have to deal with it.
What people are you talking about standing together, sir?
And please hear me good, brother. Mm-hmm. When we deal with the essence of anything, we seek the good in the essence. So no matter where that essence come from of good, that's what I'm accepting. Now, does that mean I have to mate with that particular essence? Heavens, no, not at all. But it does mean that when it comes to different parts of the land that I can't see and they have eyes on, I must find some way to incorporate what I'm doing, surviving, with what they're doing, surviving. And then from there, that begins another political agenda, a political thought. But I cannot from the jump look at a lie and base everything that I'm thinking off that lie. And then you have to ask me, what is the lie?
Yeah, okay, what's the lie?
I think I found the video, y'all. I'm not 100% sure, but I think I found a video you want me to find.
Have you met this adorable little creature, Pyro Dino?
Brother Shaka. Wait, Brother Shabaka. Oh, hold up, Brother Pat. Brother Shabaka. Please write that down so we can go from there later. But this video and his interview. Go to the interview. Yes, go.
Interrogation. This is the only one I said with a fine was the interrogation.
So, but understand what I'm saying. Right now, see how you're going through it? Skip the gangster part where they shooting at him and stuff like that and just go to where they started. No, go back the other way. Yeah. Go back. Yeah. Get back. Yeah. Now start right there. Okay. And listen to his words.
That's why he's going crazy.
They got some weird ass.
It's not that he's lost the American people. He's embarrassed about Stormy's situation. Okay.
So you don't have
time in the United States?
Yeah.
Just my dog Bubbles. My service dog. Yeah. Davies and Ross, which they're good buddies. Okay. Mm-hmm. They're gay.
Who?
Both. Davey and Ross. And Khaled. They're all gay. Okay?
DJ Khaled, Rick Ross, and P. Diddy?
Yeah.
Okay. I figured it's such coming from Los Angeles. That sounds about right.
Supporter. Okay.
Who supporter?
Hamas.
Yeah.
Sorry, I said it wrong.
No worry.
Hamas supporter. Okay.
Right.
I had sex with Cassie and Sean. Basically, he would masturbate and tell me what to do with Cassie. I had like 15 encounters, and I heard a lot.
Hidden in plain sight.
This is a gay motherfucker,
man. Okay, how do I know this?
This is a gay
That's what I want to know. How do you know this?
Do you know Sean Combs?
Puff Daddy?
Yeah.
P. Diddy, whatever you call himself these days. Yeah, go ahead.
Yeah, he's part of what's called the Boule. The Boule is a branch of the Illuminati.
Okay.
It's the black people. Okay. I'm from Africa, so I'm not a racist. Okay, you my brother, so I like black people.
Okay.
My
is
mom
that an African or is that a fucking boy?
By an African woman in my house. Okay. She was just a servant, but she was my.
So that's a fucking boy. That's not an African.
Right.
So I love black people.
That's a boy.
I had settlement with Sean. Okay. against Donald Trump, okay, because he used to belong to their side. You understand? He used to belong to that illuminated group that I told you about, which is an elite group, okay, of individuals which run the whole country. All right.
All right.
Basically, what I did. Did you tell him how? Did you explain to him about the message? Or
Please elaborate.
On Thursday, turning to Friday, basically, I went to Donald Trump. I went through the gates. I took I jumped the fence and I took the American flag. I put it in the front desk and I blew the chandelier. Basically, what I did that for is to transmit a statement to the American people and to Donald Trump that we're not accepting any more corruption and abuse from their system of friends. Okay? Donald's still blind because he thinks that he let Hillary off the hook and she's okay. You understand what I'm saying?
I'm trying. Okay, keep going.
It ain't like that. The CIA, and then they want to do the same thing that he did to JFK. Okay.
All right.
Why? Because they want the United States to fall. They've already been creating a state of chaos and confusion in the United States. They want the United States to fall. Donald was against their agenda and won the presidency. Okay. He did get help from Russia. He did get help from the Saudis. He also got help from a lot of Republicans in here, which is the electoral college vote. And he got a lot of support from Republican people. Okay. The elections, they weren't fair, but he wanted the electoral college vote.
Right.
Which is the Republican vote, basically. He got him through, okay? He didn't get the popular vote. Okay.
I hear you.
So basically, the interior, he made it. He's president-elect by the electoral college. So he made it. The situation is that he still hasn't kicked out the corruption from the system. He's letting them stay due to money, basically. Because they all like making money. That's why they're all billionaires, etc. So there's only there's select few that run the country. Okay. So I know you may or may not. I know you're gonna believe me. You have what's called the Illuminati.
Illuminati.
Okay. Yeah, Illuminati. Okay. Think medicine dance. Basically, what it means, illuminated. Okay. They do satanic ritual abuse, which is basically CIA mind programming techniques to their own family, kids, etc. on the group, and they bond that way. Okay, so they do sexual pedophilia, they do animal abuse, killing of animals, blood sacrifices, and everything in the Bohemian Grove. Okay, the Bohemian Grove, the bushes go there. George Senior and George, both of them are in the same agenda. They cousins with the Clintons. Okay, so is Donald Trump. He's also a distant cousin. So if you see, there's a direct correlation of the presence of the United States being bonded between family ties, okay?
Gotcha.
All these family ties, while not go back to the same place, the royal family in England, okay? The family here of the Illuminati are descendants of the royal British family, okay? They have children between themselves. Why? Because they have that issue. You understand? They want like superiority of the race. They see it that way, but it backfires on them because it makes them simple-minded. You understand? When you have sex with someone in your family, your kids are not gonna come out smart. You understand? They're gonna come out dumb. All right. So Donald turned his back, but he's still trying to negotiate a peaceful way out, and they have an agenda to kill him. Okay. Example: if you look at the Illuminati card games,
hold it right there. Hold it right there.
Illuminati card game?
I'm not familiar with it, so help me understand.
Brother Paris, hold it right there. So we heard him say that they have an agenda to kill him.
Yeah.
We heard him. This was given in 2014, 2012, 2014. This is given about Diddy and Cassie before Cassie puts a suit on Diddy.
Yeah.
So this is a pattern that we are not like, if I'm introducing this to us in this audience, right?
Yeah.
This is what I'm saying. Like, politics and stuff is bigger than what we think it is. And these little things, they matter more than we think. He can't be saying this from 2014 and then we have an incident like what just took place the other day. And you missed, sucker. You missed.
Yep.
And since you missed, I get to do what I want to do now. And everybody, why you laughing? I'm laughing because now I get to do what I want to do. And I keep telling us in 2016, the last thing I did to help our people was to vote for Donald Trump. Now, you heard him, this man say Donald Trump turned his back on them.
Yeah. So was he talking about the Illuminati? That he turned
Yeah, dog. Now, when you listen to the rest of it, right, he's going to go into certain things that we might not understand or we might not comprehend. But I'm going to tell you, numbers have everything to do with the rest of what he is talking about.
Okay.
And these type of teachings come from our ancestors beyond Christianity, Al-Islam, and Judaism. As you begin to hear him speak about what a game that they play.
Okay.
That has to do with our alchemy of life. So go ahead. You can play the rest if y'all are really interested. Go ahead and play the rest. I'm here. I'm muting.
What do you got? What's the question?
Okay, now my question is this. Okay, all the gold that they stole out of Africa, these British royals, is because, you know, Prince Andrew, he got hit with some damn pedophilia shit and they kicked him out the royal family because he was fucking up real bad. So it's not so much they fucking up, is what it is that they had exposed these motherfuckers for what they are due to their, what do you call that? Due to their lack of security, due to their lack of concern of what they're covering up. In other words, man, they got drunk with power and figured that they could do what the fuck that they want. You see what I mean?
Yeah.
Okay, so yes, so let me say this for the table.
Okay.
Yeah.
When we discuss these things, I understand our relationship, our love for Africa, but I'm telling you, all of us, the love you have for Africa, demonstrate that here, because this is your land. This is yours.
Hell yeah. We need to demonstrate it throughout all of Pan-Africa. That's what we need to do. And get
okay, so once again, please hear me, Brother Shabaka. Africa is a word of slavery. When you say Africa, that means that the colonizer has taken you over. We go by occupation.
Okay, hold on a second. The Africa came from a Portuguese navigator by the name of Africanus. Okay, that I'm well aware of.
Scorpio.
Who went back to Rome and said, I have conquered this land.
Yep.
It comes from a conqueror, the word Africa.
Yep.
Free words are...
Sir. I don't doubt your wisdom at all, because see, this is the beauty of doing the work that we do, because everybody's doing research in one realm or another. Great, beautiful. But the fact of the matter is that we are the original man. Okay, we gave the world the medicine. We gave the world the concept of trigonometry and geometry. We gave we gave the world the whole concept of mathematics. Period. And at the time that we was building the pyramids, performing brain surgery, and bombing our dead, these caucasoids, as Brother Chase said so well, was up there in the caves of Europe, man. They didn't know how to wash their ass. They had to come to us to learn how to wash their stinking ass. And the same thing with their broads. They didn't know the concept of feminine hygiene until the sisters off the continent. And I'm not going to call it Africa. I'm not going to call it Africanus. I'm just going to say the continent, okay? That continent below Europe, the continent, man, that's east of South America, and the continent that's west of Asia, okay? So it's quite clear what continent that I'm speaking of. So I'm just going to say the continent. Is because it goes back so many thousands of years. So much knowledge has came from there. And then with so much knowledge coming from there, people, is that there's a whole lot of much more knowledge to be uncovered. You see what I'm saying? But when you tell me these individuals with this pale skin, okay, some type of brother or lineage to us, brother, I debate that. For the simple fact is,
but those words never came out of my mouth, Shabaka. Number one,
I'm not saying you, brother.
Shabaka, those words you just said. If I'm trying to tell you that those pale skin, those words never came. Nothing I said ever represented anything of that right there. This is what I am.
Of you personally, yeah, I'm talking about on a collective
anybody.
Yeah,
okay, yes, sir. Okay, yeah, but now let's deal with us.
Basis, not you.
Let's on a collective base. Let's deal with us, because this is what we are saying. Okay. At any time, any place we want to talk about our people were every place. To give one,
I don't doubt that.
To give one particular place definition of us is disrespect to the other part of us. We are from everywhere equally, and on this land where we are subject, we have a way, and our way connects back to the ways over there. However, speaking up for over there before speaking up before over here removes our place here. It is a political thing. It is an economical thing that requires us to speak of here first. That it is the law that we speak of here first. It has nothing to do, it is not going against anything over there. Because when we study our teaching as Moors over 10,000 years ago, we were given the right to come over here and do what we're doing. So you mean to tell me before it's 1492, 10,000 years ago, a section of our people, when the lands were all connected, were given governance over here? Yes. And what do they call this in all of their theories and mysteries? They call this Atlantis.
Atlantis, yeah.
This is the land.
And then there was Mo or more. What was it called? That was the land of Mo.
And there you go for more. So we're not and this is the whole thing about more. When we read law, the only people who have a treaty with the United States that benefit us is the Moors. Nobody else. Not Cherokee, not this one, not that one, not Algonquin. None of us have a treaty that benefits us except the Moors. So you don't.
But the Cherokee and the quote unquote Native Americans, as one sister was telling me, and I did research on it, they tried to enslave us too.
Yeah.
So different before what they call slavery as we understand it. You and I, when we were growing up, 14, 15, 16 as young men, we would sign on to be slaves because there was a master teacher in something. So what they did was they configurated. They messed it up. The whole word and terminology. They put it all together where it didn't make sense, where they was in charge. Where you and I
originally wasn't it the Slavs, the Slavics, where that word came from?
That's another group. Okay, so people say so-called black people cannot be racist. Yes, you can. When you start talking about your group of people above another group of people, that right then and there is racist. You don't need money.
I say
you don't need money. You don't, because listen, my family name, which is attached to land, is El Bay Days Al Ali. Those are our proscribed family names. And then our families have many other languages and many other names that we do not ignore. So within that is my power. The fact that I would say my black skin is power makes it racist. That's the part that makes it racist. It is not.
I respect your wisdom, El, because I do learn a lot from you. But like I said, you all are the generations after me. And upon my biophysical transition, if anything that I left behind, to quote the words of Bruce Lee, take what is useful, leave with it what is useless. But the thing that I've been so very, very curious about was the degradation and mutilization of what they did to our people. And then also, too, of how these cave beasts would violate our women. But then at the same token, they would have the attitude to go castrate our men folk just on the assumption that he did something with one of these 6 o'clock looking Taylor Swift bimbos.
Now, all of that right there comes later in our history. But let's start with the Arab history to take it back. Let's start with the Arab history to take it back. Because during the Arab history, our people were called eunuchs. Yeah, and they made us eunuchs so that we did not consummate with their children and become part of their aristocracy.
Yeah, so Lumumba has done lectures on that.
So I comprehend where you're coming from and what your understanding is. But for our children tomorrow, our project, we must catch up to the rest of the world without remembering all of that. Because in this world today, we have given the chance to be us. And we must take this opportunity to be us, to express who we are. And if we keep going by what was done, we sound bitter and hate when we can form the Jews have it. They have a defamation league.
Yeah.
Now,
what was our defamation league? That's a good question.
But what would our defamation league? See, you have to understand something. The Jews doing that is based on a nation thing of Jews. Where is our nation? Because when we do our defamation league is going to be on the terms Black and African American, Ethiopian, African, Jamaican. Don't you call us none of that. Don't you represent us as none of that. Anytime you do that, you're defaming us from our nation, from our ability to govern ourselves. Not just Moors. See, as Moors, we recognize many nations and many names for our family. So when you come up and say, my grandmother told me we was Cherokee, boom, we recognize you. My grandmother told me I was this. My grandmother told me I was that. That's what we recognize you as. And not as a Moor. I'm going to say this, nothing that I say, nothing that I say.
My grandma was Blackfoot.
And nothing that I say, and the way I'm telling us I'm telling us how we're organizing. Nothing that I say links you or has you responsible to a Moorish Science Temple of America at all. The only thing you're linked to is I'm an Aboriginal. This is my land. And I'm going to start saying how I live on this land, how I exist, myself and my people, from the area that I am in. That is what a new wave of thinking is about. It has nothing to do, all the other stuff, I don't have time to give to it because I have a granddaughter who is 20, and that means she can make me a great grandchild. And so I owe that grandchild like exponentially, whatever you want to say as far as everything. And so the only thing to give them is the world. And that's going to take off.
If I may ask.
Go ahead, Shabak.
How old are you, Elia, if I may ask?
I'm 58. I'll be 59 this year.
Okay, you and I'm a little bit older than you, but generally you and I are in the
if we was on the block, as soon as you came by and said, yo, I'm taking them out, my mother would be like, go ahead, where y'all going? And then you'd have told her to some meeting or something. My mother would have sent me with you because that's how it was in my family. That's what I did. I was sent out to meetings with older brothers who were into the Black Panthers and all that stuff.
Right.
So Mac got
Mac 285 here says reparations for descendants of slavery in America. I'm not including anyone outside of my ancestors who went through what the American Negro has experienced. I feel you on that there, Mac 285, because like
so now can I answer that? Can I answer that?
Yes, sir, by all means.
There is no such thing as an American Negro. And based on that, you won't get reparations. And listen to what I'm saying, y'all. Most times when you hear people like me speak, we say, oh, this is for educational purposes only. And I'm telling y'all, and I don't cuss, Shabaka, I try not to. I'm telling y'all, F that. I'm not speaking for educational purposes. I'm speaking for your freedom. I'm speaking for your rights. I'm speaking for your laws on this land. You ain't no Negroes. And every time you try to claim something under Negro, Black, and colored, you're effing up the entire system for all of us. There is none of that. The only thing that there was nations of Aboriginal people on this land. And
prior to the transatlantic slave trade, yes. Go ahead, Lady Che. What's your question, Lady Che? Oh, she must have been asleep.
Okay. Well, only thing I can say about that. Okay, Mac 285 says he does not condone what you're saying, Elia.
Okay, Mac 285, and that's why we have.
Hold on.
Say that.
I'm gonna try to answer it for him. So, what he's saying, Mac 285, is before the 13 colonies, before this was a nation, if you will. We had our own nations within this nation, and he's saying that we need to go back to that because we were reclassified as Black, Negro, and colored.
Mm-hmm.
And we were the only people that our classification changes like every 20, 30 years.
Like with that Voting Rights Act shit.
Yeah, like every like 20, 30 years, our political or racial classification changes. So we went from, like y'all was saying, like we had our own indigenous tribes already here. And then they reclassified us as Black, Negro, colored, free people of color.
But as you know, but riddle me this here, because I've never gotten an answer to this question that I've been asking, and any and everybody, please help me. Okay. And as you know, Brother Che, I've traveled through Montana, Wyoming, Colorado, California, Arizona, New Mexico, Oregon, and Washington State. Why is it that these native indigenous women are 6 o'clock, but the so-called black woman, man, has that curvature that's quite prominent, that gets
Brother Shabaka, how many times have you asked that question? How many times have you asked that question? And what was my answer to you?
Please enlighten me again. Okay, now hold on. Before you answer that question there, Elia, Mac 285 says that he understands that, but we had to embrace that title because we had no choice. Okay, now Mac 285, are you saying that due to the barbarism of the slave trade, sir? Okay,
yeah, it was forced upon us, is what he's saying.
Yeah, okay, so we're gonna wait for him to reply to that. I have no doubt of what you're saying there, Brother Perry.
I think that's what he's gearing
at.
Is that it was forced upon us. Lady Che,
So before we go too far, I don't want to cut Lady Che off, please. But we're in the process of what we're discussing, and then we're giving answers. So once Mac 285 says, I understand that, then after that, Brother Mac, I'm not arguing with you on anything, bro, because that is what it is. This is our land, and we're going to talk and act and walk.
We agree with you on that. It's our land. The thing that we're having a disagreement about is what classification.
There is no classification.
We aren't taking what they gave us.
Right.
Okay. Now, Mac 285 here says, yes, our families have suffered with the title, so we deserve our just due for the exact reason. Okay, Mac 285, that's holding a whole lot of water there, but you see,
Lady Che's up now.
Oh, okay, go ahead, Lady Che.
I'm sorry, man. For some reason, I can't. What I was gonna say is, the Black Authority covered it the other night when he did his reparations conversations. Yeah, you covered all that. I just want to leave it at that for that second. So what really my question was, it's going back on what Kevin was saying about it, how you see how everything is, like how they see you.
Yeah, how they see us. They see us as one big nigga.
Right. And I was like, right, when you do the half free today, half FBA. That was my question. That was my question for earlier.
So she's talking about the lineage. So what we're talking about, Elia, is we understand a reclassification, but what they reclassified us as a Negro, black, and colored freedmen. What we're describing is what happened after the Civil War with the freedmen's world, and the fact that
where the Federal Reserve took all the goddamn money,
and they took it and parlayed it and used it to generate the wealth for this nation. So we're saying that we're old for that.
So what we're saying is each and every one of us have a birth certificate and social security card. That's the proof of what we're saying. That's the proof that telling us that you destroyed our nations, made us Negro, black, and colored in order to fit your benefit. And guess what? We're done with that. We're not fitting your benefit no more because we are not those things, Negro, black, and colored. We are back to our nations of who we were when the Creator established us upon this earth. That's our governance of self. The fact that we have these birth certificates and social security cards that proves that you did something dirty to us. We don't need nothing else in our hands but that birth certificate that says black and a social security card. And with those two documents in our hands, we can prove that they robbed us of our nationality. And that's all we got to stick with. And my mother didn't know. My grandmother didn't know. My grandmother before her didn't know. They didn't know the games that were started and played in 1930 when they were started and played. And that's why they started calling themselves Black and African American. That's why they started filling out birth certificates and social security cards. And it don't just apply to us, it applies to everybody who was born on this land. You stole all their nationality.
So are you saying prior to 1930 there was no birth certificates or social security cards?
Yes, sir.
Yeah, he's right.
Yes, sir. Look it up. Look it up.
Yeah, he's right about that because the social security card didn't come into existence, I believe, after what they call the so-called Great Depression.
Well,
am I right?
Yes, sir.
Was that 1914, I think?
No, the Great Depression was 1929 when Prophet Noble Drew Ali died. In 1930, Elijah Muhammad started calling us Black and African American, and a whole bunch of our other leaders started calling us Black and African Americans and Negroes. And then in 1933, they did a banking act. And that banking act made all citizens of the United States enemies of the United States and criminals. And ever since then, martial law has been imposed on us. You and I, who are Black and African Americans, we've been treated like belligerents because we can't claim any landmass when this is our landmass. Hence, Martin Luther King saying, I led my people into the house of fire.
No, he led our people into a burning house with integration. I remember
a burning house. Yes, sir. Okay, so in a burning house, however, a house of fire, a burning house is the same thing. What he was saying was following these plans from other people. I have taken my people from themselves and put them in a situation where they will destroy themselves, discussing 14th and 15th Amendment and civil rights.
You know, it's funny you bring that up, y'all. El Haj El Malik Shabazz says something similar in one of his speeches. I can't remember what the speech is off the top of my head, what the name of the speech was, but he says something like, y'all are the original, y'all are basically the indigenous people here on this land, but you don't want to discuss that.
I think that was his speech when he came back from Mecca, Brother Che, but I have to double check that.
Yes, sir. Yes, sir. That's why he came back. El Haj. Malik El Shabazz. That's how he died, as El Haj Malik El Shabazz. Prophet Noble Drew Ali in 29 said, before he died in 29, said, our family names. Just like if you listen to any other nation and you hear the different names, you know they're all related by the I's and O's and Oo's and N's and skis, and we all know they're related. Our names are El, Bey, Day, Ali, Al. These are our family names, and they mean rulers of the land.
Correct.
That's what our name means.
There's a correlation between that and the original meaning of nigger, nigga, naga.
Thank you.
I'm not nobody's nigga. No, this right hand bounced off of
so wait, Brother Shabaka. Brother Shabaka, let me give you a red pill, Brother Shabaka. So when we talk about people the way we talk about them, whether we call them white, Caucasoid, or whatever, right? We call each other Negus and Naga, meaning the king, the emperor, and the empress of the land. That's what we call each other. Now, this new group of people who could not speak correctly came up and called us nigger. So when I hear that, this is what I turn to them and say, yes, my child. Yes, my child. Yes, my loyal subject. Yes, my Lord, but they can't spit.
Thank you, y'all. You know what? I said that like 10 years ago.
I like that one.
They kept calling me that. I was in this lily white town called Boulder, Colorado, and they kept calling me that.
I've been to Boulder.
Like, you know what? You know what? I know I'm a king. I know I'm a god. I know I'm a ruler. Thank you for pointing that out. Because they thought I was going to flip out.
No, because I said we can't call everybody niggas because not everybody's a king or a queen. Not everybody knows that. Some people are just really just not that. You know what I mean? But we can't be ignorant about it either anymore. You know?
Okay, so wait a minute, Side Star. Listen to this, right? The Creator put nations on the earth. Mm-hmm. By our appellation of L-E-L. That means we are producers, we are manufacturers, we are makers. By the production of Bay, that by the name of Bay, that the appellation, that means that you are a governor. Automatically, by the appellation, and this is what was given unto us. So by denying it, it's like that's the reason why we're in the situation that we're in, because we denied it. We took on the images and ideas of other people's gods to make them happy, and they abused us with it.
So we took it on, or it was forced upon us?
We took it on, because now study history for what history says, and I can show my family Algonquin. I can show when I say I'm Caesar, I'm not talking junk to everybody. I can show that one of my great grandfathers, 1750, he was they said his name was Caesar. His title was Caesar. He was only 8. You would not give a slave something better than you, or make that slave think he better than you. Y'all said he was Caesar. So then therefore it wasn't his name. That was his title on this land. And I am here to bring what my ancestors were. I am Caesar now. And I'm showing my people how to be free amongst themselves. But first,
let's address what Mac 285 just said. He said he agrees with you, y'all. He said he's done with the title as well. But we can't go back to what we originally were, because we built a new culture as a people of descendants of slavery.
Okay, so now we're going to tell you that we were prisoners of war, not so much slavery the way you see it. We are prisoners of war. And when you have prisoners of war, people are allowed to keep part of the populace, and then, enslave or like lock them up. 13th Amendment, you're a slave. So this is what happened to us. And in that happening to us is where we get this entire idea of slavery. But when we study it, we're going to find out that, wait a minute. So you mean to tell me that 1600 from England, people who look like me were coming over here enslaving me? And I'm trying to tell you, yes. And they said they were white people. Yes, they did say they were white people, but they looked like just me and you, because it was a status in a class to be white, meaning you're free. It didn't have nothing to do with the skin color. Now, what had happened was
until it was around when Blumenbach and other European what are they called?
It was when they opened up we all know the name of that famous place they opened up in New York to let immigrants in. And
but before, that's where the poor immigrants went. The rich ones.
No. Listen, finances come before poor immigrants. Finances come before poor ignorant immigrants. The immigrants aren't allowed to participate in the finances because the finances are on a high level, such as everybody who's coming into America today on this part of the land, who they are saying are illegal immigrants. Their bond has been paid for them to be here. But the way they present it throughout the news, you and I would never know. If their bond wasn't paid for, they wouldn't be here. Trust that. And if you study the Jews, there's a movie with the Jews. I forget the name of it right now. But if you study them, they at one point they was on a ship and they couldn't drop them off anywhere. Say that again?
I think the movie you're talking about is called Schindler's List.
No, not Schindler's List. It's another one. They were on a ship, and the ship could not stop in any dock until the country agreed to put up a bond for the Jews just in case they did anything wrong.
Yeah, that there was Exodus.
Something like that, yeah. Something like that. And so you and I as blacks and African Americans, because we're under a system, we don't comprehend, we don't understand how the entire system works. But let me tell you a secret. Because you've been to church, because you've been to the masjid, you know how the system works. You just won't apply it as a people for yourselves. You keep arguing with each other based on your faiths instead of trusting in what you call God creator to build you all as one. So you keep leaning on what someone else gave you to make you less than who you are to be everything that you are. But I, Caesar, am not going to let that stand for our children. I yield the floor.
They need to seize up with their old Caesar.
About 4 or 5 of them.
Man, he copied it too.
Yeah, he's talking about.
I agree with what Mac 285 is saying. He said, let's come up with a new title once we get our reparations. And it's like when El Hajj, El Malik Shabazz said, we can argue about all of this religion and whose God is better once we get free. Let's focus on getting free. So
right now, see, and I have to look out for Star Shay because she's a representation of my mother. In order for us to get to the next part, we must complete this part. And right now, there's a treaty in place. There's a treaty in place that ensures their safety, that ensures my mother's safety. There's a treaty in place, and I'm not letting go of that treaty. Now, when you talk about title, if you're talking about more or something like this, let me say this to you again. I don't care what you call yourself, as long as you don't call yourself Black, African American, Ethiopian, Jamaican, Caribbean, Puerto Rican, and I'll tell you all the reasons why, all the lawful reasons why. As long as you don't call yourself them names, I don't care what your title is, as far as what I'm saying.
What about American freedmen?
Now, if American freedmen lead you back to that document that has to do with something that the United States drew up, you are putting yourself in their jurisdiction again. And I have removed you from it. I have taken you from their jurisdiction into our own, only because Prophet Noble Drew Ali showed me how to get us in our own jurisdiction. But if you keep leaning on what they gave you, in which they never paid for, but they keep talking about it, then I cannot be a part of it, and nothing that I lead can be a part of it. We are free from those things.
Okay, I got a question.
That never explains you. Go ahead.
Okay.
How would you?
Okay. Once again, if all of us is walking down in the streets of Los Angeles, and when the lapdogs roll up on us, okay,
and they see us on one.
One big nigga, okay, and when the lapdogs roll up on us, okay, and keep in mind, I've been stopped by them many a times. Suspect is described as a male Negro, okay, and they ain't gonna ask you if you're a Moor, man. They ain't gonna ask you if you're a Hebrew Israelite. They ain't gonna ask you if you're a Muslim. They ain't gonna ask you if you are a Christian. Only thing that them murdering sons of bitches know is that we got 4 quote unquote black males, niggas, Negroes, and what
so Shabaka, let me say Shabaka, I'm not trying to have an answer for everything, but let me say it to you like this, right? Yeah. I said to you that we are a nation. I am Caesar. I already told you who them people was. So why is you messing with them? Why have you called them into anything? If you're not arresting them and telling them they're guilty on the spot, you need to let their shit pass by. Not only that, they're carrying our tags. They're carrying our registrations. What made you stop them? Then therefore, since we drew up an assignment where if you take one of us into court and we have to go, then it's $10,000 for every day that individual has to go to court and just payable to their trust. And then it's this and then it's that. These people start backing off. But when you and I don't act as a people in order to get that done, that's the flaw. So I heard what you went through. I'm trying to show you that we can stop this as a nation of ourselves, but we cannot give ourselves unto them by keep going by what they did. And when we talk about what they did it because you had a license plate from their state, and you had ID from their state that stated that you was black and or African American. What I'm saying to you is I carry an ID that says I'm a Moorish American, and I'm from this land, and I don't have nothing to do with your United States, this, that, and the other thing. But guess what? On the other hand, if they say that the speed limit is 35 miles an hour here, I don't have no problem driving 35 because there's children involved. If they say it's 20, I don't have a problem driving 20 because there's children, blind people, deaf people involved. Right. So I'm not going to be petty with the different things about what makes us function as a correct group of community or society. I'm not going to complain about those things. What I am going to complain about the things that you say make me poor. And what you say make me poor is that I'm a black, African American, Ethiopian, Caribbean. I'm an Indian. I'm a Native American. These things make me poor when I take on these titles. When I say I am connected to that Moorish treaty and I am Algonquin, I am whatever else, Blackfoot, whatever else, then we have claimed a new status for ourselves that we now have to enforce.
They contract anywhere they want. They go anywhere they want. They can do anything they want.
Okay, actually, based on what you're telling me, man, because it's going to take me a minute to digest this here, y'all. Okay, it sounds like we should be forming as our own economical basis. You see what I'm saying? Now, the beauty of the thing is when President Museveni had told that hiding Biden individual, what he said over there in, what's the capital city of Uganda? Kampala. Okay, when he told Biden's representative in Kampala, where Biden's representative said that for us to continue our aid to you, President Museveni, you got it to embrace, you must demand it, order it, that you must embrace the faggot, homosexual agenda. And President Museveni said, look, Trick, we place great emphasis on the procreation of life here. And that only happens between a man and a woman. And you may take your rainbow flag stinking nasty European ass and get the fuck up out of here. He didn't say it like that, but that was essentially his point.
That's basically.
Yeah, I'm just paraphrasing. Okay. And he says we place great emphasis on procreation between the family unit, and that only happens between man and woman. Now, great news that I just came across, and I'm very, very happy to report this, right? The damn, what I want to say today, the U.S. Olympic Committee had stated that them transgender motherfuckers, they need to go somewhere else with that bullshit. And I'm all for that. Because I'll be damned if I'm going to sit up here and call another goddamn man a fucking woman.
Right.
Say.
That is great news for the ladies.
That is.
That means they get to play their own sports without, and having the men, be in their lane of. For that took a long time to do.
That is great news, Bucky.
Carry on with the education. I'm still learning back here.
See, I don't get involved with them that way.
Transatlantic slave trade or whatever trade. They got a lot of our people embracing this bullshit. And now MAC 285 says, until we receive our reparations as POWs, we can't claim any other people of African descent the same as us born here in America due to slavery. Now, MAC 285, your boy Lerone Bennett, I don't know if you're familiar with Lerone Bennett, who was a contributing writer for the Ebony magazine. You know what I'm saying? Yeah, and keep in mind, MAC 285, it's the long volumes that he's got. You know what I mean? And he did talk about, like I tried to tell old Sarge, and what I was going to tell old Sarge's ass today before Blog Talk fucked us around again. Okay, is that you could borrow on your slave, you could lease your slave, you see what I'm saying? And then you could mortgage him, you could use him as collateral on loans. Okay, look at a movie called Band of Angels, and it would show you just that. And the movie was called Band of Angels with Clark Gable and the chick, I forgot, what was her name, man, that used to play Lily Munster on the Monsters in the 1960s. She also played in the Ten Commandments where she played Sephora. All right. And then what had happened was when the creditors came, they came and grabbed her ass is because she was property. Period. She was held as collateral. Huh?
Was it Lena Horne?
No. Yvonne DiCarlo, that was her name. Yvonne DiCarlo. Yeah, okay. And they took her ass. And they took her ass because you are a chattel. And they selling her down to New Orleans and all that. And that there when she came across that slave trader played by Clark Gable Hamish or whatever. You know what I'm saying? See, shit like that, man, I got to quit looking at, man. My heart can't take it no more. You know what I'm saying? But I am glad, that I learned our history. But what it is I appreciate what y'all is saying. But the fervor that is running through the contemporary United States right now, okay, with this orange dude and the panties, the transvestite that wears women's underwear, who I call the panties, you know what I'm saying? These crackers are not playing. They are not playing with us people, and I'm putting it out there. Because they are out to kill us.
Javaka, they are only out to kill. They are only out to kill those who call themselves Black and African American. And if they're crackers, hillbillies or any of the white trash. They'll kill them too with the same amount of lust and desire and love. They'll kill them the same freaking way they will kill you. And the reason why that they do it, is because under the law, those who are Black and African American are belligerents on the land.
Oh yeah. Here's what I know.
Yeah, I put that link.
When I drove through the damn South, okay, it's because I've had so many people says, "Hey, Shabaka, you talk all this pro-Black shit, take yourself down south." Okay, well, I went down south. Okay, I did not like what I felt. Okay, I did not like what I saw. Okay, I did not dig the mental state of our people on a collective basis, and then that Eurocentric sexuality shit, if you know what I'm talking about.
No.
Okay? Just like I argued with Sarge's ass, and Sarge better be glad the show got screwed today because, boy, I had an arsenal here for Sarge's ass. Okay. You go to Atlanta, Georgia, sir. You go to Atlanta, Georgia, man, you seeing more of them funny boys down there than you do in San Francisco. What in the entire fuck has happened?
The agenda.
Look, you ain't never heard of no more being on that agenda, so
no, you haven't.
You've never heard of that.
You've never heard of a more
that's
being on
obviously
that
not for us.
And then the brother Irritated Genie, when he was up and running, he had stated that there was a plot that they were doing, which I believe through the water, Brother Che, as we're talking about, about making all these frogs male through some type of chemical.
You're talking about the acetine.
The what?
The acetine.
Yeah, exactly. Yeah, and they wanted to put that shit, man, in the major reservoirs.
Cool. Bobby Hemmett as well. He's talk about that as well.
Yeah. You see, so you could best believe that these cats out there in Los Angeles with all that money, the so-called quote-unquote Black entertainers, okay, they're going to keep these niggas effeminized, man. Okay? They don't keep these women emasculated. But then here comes the cave beast.
Shabaka, Lady Che got a question for Elia.
Hey, yeah, can you explain the red pill, blue pill again for us? In the context you're using it?
Say that again, please.
Can you hear me? Can you please explain the blue pill, red pill thing as you're using it in the context you're using it to us again? Because I didn't hear it. I want to hear it.
Okay, so if I go to when I use the blue pill, red pill, I am using it in the sense of the Matrix in the movie when it was the red pill was first introduced. And I am using it to say, like, the Matrix being Black and African American is part of the Matrix. It is part of what those things that are holding us back and the ideas that are holding us back. It places us into a trap. And that trap is ignorance. And we've seen what that ignorance has brought us over the last few years, 20, 30 years. It has not been, Black has been nothing but ignorant. Even if they say hip hop culture, when you deal with hip hop culture, they say, well, that belongs to Africa Bambaataa. He was raping our children, him and a whole bunch of them.
I don't claim no Africa Bambaataa. FYI. But what I was gonna say is I have the same thing comes up with the Hebrew Israelites.
Wait, don't confuse me. Go ahead. Hold on. So, would it be recommendable that I go rewatch The Matrix? I forgot what all that was.
Yes, definitely.
You mean the movie The Matrix?
Yes, she's talking about the movie.
I saw that bullshit, man. I ain't wasting my goddamn time to see that shit again. Fuck Hollywood.
Listen. That movie. That movie was written by a side star, showing us who we are.
Stephanie Stewart. Stewart.
Yes.
All right.
And listen, her last name Stewart is the name of kings.
It's funny you bring that up. We were just having this conversation like earlier last week. Me and Lady
Okay, now Matt.
Go ahead, Lady
I was actually learning, so I was encouraged.
Same thing with my family too, Matt 285.
Make sure I add that correct.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Majority of us, if not all of us, could trace.
Yeah, I just couldn't remember
the United States.
The movie. I couldn't remember the movie right off the top of my head. Like in the very beginning when he offers them both, you know, so I can't remember.
Yes, we do observe reimbursement.
Yeah. All right, carry on with the education. I'm listening.
Yep.
Okay, now I got a question.
My great grandfather.
Okay. Okay. And then I got a. Okay, I got a question for Okay, as Mac 285 is saying here, fact, Shabak, I live in the South, so I see the history of what we've been through. My father purchased the original land from sharecroppers that forced my family to work the land for damn near free. Okay, in other words, man, you see how manipulative these Caucasoids are, man, is what I'm saying. And
okay.
Yeah, thank you for that, Mac 285. Yeah. See the Caucasoids.
Okay, and so what I'm saying is for that same piece of land, without paying a dime, because it is our inheritance right, we can claim all of that back without paying a dime because it originally belonged to us. And we have the United Nations, the Pope's blessing, and a part of America. And the part of America, you just heard that man say, that Trump went against the system. A part of America that sticks up for us and our rights and our right capacity, not as blacks and African Americans. The Constitution wasn't written for blacks and African Americans. Neither was Bill of Rights, neither was the Independent. But you know what it was written for? It was written for all people of nationalities to go by. That's what the Constitution was written for. So when it gets to its foreign parts, it's talking about us. And in one of its parts, it talks about it has nothing to do with Muslims and al-Islam when it comes to Congress and the laws it passed. But if you and I don't study these particular parts of what it is that we're talking about in total, we get caught as 14th and 15th Amendment citizens trying to ask for rights that we have no business asking rights for. In their trust, that's theirs. We have our own. Okay, we need to exercise our own.
Okay, well, Dr. Carter said that the 13th, 14th, and 15th Amendments are supposed to be corrective action for what happened during slavery and Reconstruction. So now those rights are benefiting everybody but us.
Because under the way that you claim them, there was no you. It is only for people that we can recognize. We don't recognize blacks and African Americans as any type of group of people that are for real. They are not a nation. You must be a nation to be recognized. Unfortunately, for everybody's hearts and minds, the only way they recognize us is as Moors. That's why the treaty, and that's why I sent everybody the Hillary Clinton, Donald Trump talking about the Moors. I sent it to everybody so that we don't have to argue about this. They said it. The only ones who we opened up the ports in America for them. But we aren't acting like that today. Today, we are acting like they're citizens, and we're trying to claim something off of something that they claimed, and we can't.
We're acting
It
like
is
they're subjects.
Thank you. And we have to stop acting like they're subjects, stop talking like they're subjects, and stop giving them authority over us through terms like Black and African Americans. Listen, male and female. Those are animal terms. We are masculine and feminine, not male and female. A husband is a manager of a farm. I am not your husband and you are not my wife, because if you study wife from etymology, it was a low-rated word. Now you are my other half. You're my feminine half, because I'm masculine as it can be, and so you're my feminine half, and I'm supposed to be one. So we are intertwined with each other, not married.
Mm-hmm.
So
ask you this here, Elliot, just humor me.
Smile
with the
back
question.
Love's back in the room.
Okay, let me ask you this here, Elliot. Okay. If you saw, this is the question I was going to ask Sarge, okay? Okay, if you, Elliot, okay, saw clocks in a hospital room, in an emergency room, okay, and they said that this individual needed a blood transfusion, and supposedly that you would have the same type of blood with this individual, would you give him some of your blood?
When you say, you mean a Caucasian person?
Yes, or better yet, a Klansman.
A Ku Klux
Oh,
Klan.
okay. So, and Shabaka, the fact that you say Klansman after I answer this question, if y'all allow me to go into what I'm saying, I will. But I will tell you this: I don't give blood. If I was going to give blood, whoever they used it for, I wouldn't even care. Now, I wouldn't care. I gave the blood. So now you're going to use it for a Klansman. I don't care. Now you're coming to ask me personally, and you're saying it's a Klansman. Do the Klansman even want my blood? I don't even think he wants my blood. Let's talk to him. Let's bring me in front of him, and him and I talk, and let's see if he wants my blood. I don't think that he will. So you're asking me a question, Shabaka, that somebody asked me one day, well, if there was one of their children and one of ours, which one? I say the closest one to me, because I'm not stupid and I ain't trying to die either. And if I can't save all the children, if me and the people wasn't working to save all the children from the jump, tell me how those children got in danger. So I'll let all the children die, and then I'll come and kill you for putting the children in danger.
Yeah.
So how that sound to you? Without skin color or anything else. You put the babies in danger, I'm coming to take your life.
Okay, all right. It's like this right here. If they came up to me and they said, Shabaka, okay, you suppose this is see, keep in mind, Elliot, this is the shit I was gonna go over with Sarge tonight before they fucked us on the blog talk, right? If they came to me, excuse me, and said that this Klux needs a blood transfusion, right? The only thing I'm gonna say is fuck that son of a bitch and let him die. Why? Because I look at all of our people that they killed indiscriminately. I look at all our people that they violated on the plantation system. I look at all our people that they brought here on them slave ships, man, off the west coast of our Cuba line, or whatever you wish to call a continent, okay, that I described geometrically of where it's located on Earth. I don't have no love for that motherfucker, man.
So you know what you ignore? You know what you ignore? In order for what Shabaka to describe, that means that our people were killing our people in the Inquisition and in the Crusades. We were killing us the same way that Shabaka just described that we were killing us. And then Shabaka is also ignoring that I've said several times. Every time we get ready to talk about slavery in this country, you better get ready to look at people that look like you. So some of those things that Shabaka is talking about, people that look like you did it, not them. They wasn't in power. They didn't have the way to do it. It's not until Reconstruction period that they describe themselves having any power. Prior to that, they had no power. It was you and I. And you want to keep ignoring that to put forth what you want to put forth. And I am telling you factually, through history, our own people did this to us. And it was a play on words that finally sold us under. And what sold us under? Black and white. Being a United States citizen and getting a check.
Sir. But who benefited off of this? We sure in the fuck didn't.
Listen, Shabaka, me and you brothers, right? Me and you were brothers. We came from the same womb. Me and you were fighting each other. Somebody else come through and show our children how to make peace, and they benefiting from it. I ain't mad at them. Our children made peace, and that's what happened. That's what happened. Dad. Listen. Beyond Cain and Abel, I'm telling you, that's what happened on this land. You and I were fighting each other over religions. We were in crusades. We were arguing over philosophy. We were arguing over nations. And as you and I fought each other, all they did was come up with a way for you and I to make peace. And when they was done, they owned us.
So then that wasn't peace, brother. That was manipulation.
Brother Shabaka, you and I was killing each other, and our mother was watching us killing each other. So what you want to talk about them for?
Okay.
Why you keep talking about them when you and I was killing each other? Let's talk about me and you killing each other.
Okay. Well, sir. Okay. What would be the dispute?
Religion, philosophy. I think this. I think that. What are the 7 sins? What are the 7 sins within inside of the Holy Scriptures? You and I, as brothers, were fighting over this from the same womb. We were fighting over land. We were fighting over territory. You and I. Those stories are told, except they put Caucasian faces on them when it was you and I. And this is the part.
Now let me ask you this. Okay, now where did this cave beast come from?
See, you keep going back to the cave beast. So now let's go back in history, right? When the so-called Caucasians, the so-called pilgrims got here, at one time they thought there was no people here. You know why? Because all our people were living underground and in the caves. Why did we live underground in the caves? Well, in the summertime, it was cooler, and in the wintertime, we could heat it up without a problem. So we didn't need to build on top of the earth in order to have that. We lived underground. So when they came, they didn't see nobody. They said it was deserted land. But we was in our homes sleeping the same way they killed all of us. That's why when they're digging up now, they're finding cities underground. So when you and I, so there goes the reason why for that. But listen to this, Shabaka. The first group of people who came, who did the killing, looked like just like me and you. You keep trying to put Caucasians in it. I keep telling you they look like me and you. You have to deal with that part that they look like me and you.
Sir. Okay, the Grand Canyon. Okay. And who was at there? Sister Trish was asking me where the Grand Canyon was, Brother Chad, a while back. And I said it's in Arizona. And then the Grand Canyon, you know, it has all this gold, and I believe you and I, Brother Chad, went back and you said it was a portal going straight to Kemet, or probably going through the Earth's landmass or what have you. The point is, what I'm making is this, and I will stand by this until my transition off of the research that I've done. Okay, the Caucasoid is not your brother. He is all about divide and conquer. He did it on the Kibalan. He tried to do it in Asia until Genghis Khan got finished with his ass, okay? He damn sure did it in Europe. And I don't think he got to South America too much with it, you know what I'm saying? Because I think South America, you know, had pretty much was definitely getting some knowledge, man, you know, from the committees, and just when you look at the architecture. And then I think what I'm going to try to do is reach out to Dr. Ashwa Kwesi, you know, to get with us on this. But we don't know this Caucasian nothing. That is not our brother. I mean, he got
who said who, but Shabaka, the stuff that you're talking about. See, for me, right? As long as I'm like let's say I was a basketball team, right? What you do in your locker room, what y'all did before, I don't give a rock damn about. I'm coming out here to take the championship from you tonight. When you step on this floor, you better not be thinking about how great your team was. You better be thinking about what you need to do tonight. See, I'm out here. I'm out here. So when we deal with who we are today as a nation, or all that they did, don't matter nothing to me. None of that matter. Can you slam tonight? I don't think so. I got the middle. Can you hit them threes? I know you can't because I got them outsides covered. I know you can't. So you going down. So all that we want to talk about what the enemy did to us, and I'm gonna keep reminding everybody the enemy comes in many different colors, shapes, and sizes. The enemy is not a Caucasian. The enemy is your brother. Somebody who looks like you is more your enemy. Somebody who looks like you is more your enemy, like the NAACP is your enemy. Completely, 150,000%. So don't talk to me about Caucasians.
No, yeah.
So then don't talk to me about Caucasians. Then when the NAACP is your enemy, and then I can name other organizations who are like that, like the Black Lives Matter is your enemy. She went and bought a house and left everybody but dead.
Yep. Sure did.
And the Congressional Black.
So then getting on Caucasians is not what we are here to build on in the future. What we are we are to be aware, and trust me, Shabaka, I'm gonna say this again. When there are certain people, we're not supposed to amalgamate, which means mix with other people. Well, see, I don't have to put that in public. When you see me with a woman holding her hand, she's darker than me. So I don't have to talk about not amalgamating. You just see how I amalgamated. Right. See, there's certain things we don't have to go through.
It's funny you bring up
and Matt 285 says Caucasians created the NAACP, and he's right about that.
Yeah, they did.
And so, but if one of us get in trouble and the NAACP come through, we feel like they're doing us a favor because they're coming up, and now we're gonna sue these crackers. And no, NAACP part of the goddamn problem holding you back. Other than that, how about this? Because see, I'm gonna tell y'all again. Since the age of 15, I've been working in the nonprofit field, and I've always been into prevention, not intervention. And the NAACP tried to get me into intervention. We have to wait until something happens. No, we don't. We can see the problem before it comes. What the hell is wrong with you? And I was like 22 years old, so now I'm almost 60. So F them. They don't mean nothing to me.
Hell yeah. You will get no argument with me on that, man. In fact, I'll be a goddamn fool to argue with you on that. Okay, right. Mac 285 says anything created here in America is formed by Caucasians.
So now let's deal with this. I
had a question about the amalgamation. So when what we are describing ourselves as, meaning Mac and me and Lady Che and others.
Well, Lady Che's on the same page as
Foundation of Black Americans. We are amalgamated here. So we were basically a mixture of the people that were already here, and then the people that had arrived later from the transatlantic slave trade. So that's why.
Okay, but see, Okay, but brother Che, it's like you and I discussed, I think about 2 weeks ago. We had already circumnavigated the goddamn globe, man, before them nasty, funky, stinking, pink booty ass motherfuckers came out their goddamn caves.
So then stop trying to describe yourself through their definition and relate it to black, and accept the fact that you were already here. Period. And no more conversation. I was before 1619, we were here. And when we was here, we went by national names, not black, not Negro, not color, not none of that stuff. We had our own tribes that we went by.
Okay, sir. What I'm saying is that we had circumnavigated the globe, man, probably 10,000 years before they very exist.
So then, Shabaka, what I'm saying is because of that fact, now we can stop saying from 1492 to 1619 that we black and African Americans. We already navigated, and there was no blacks and African Americans when we navigated. Everybody had a name.
Please hear me out on this one. Okay, just like the University of Sankore, which is one of the original universities around the world. Okay. Mansa Musa and Abu Bakari were brothers. You know this, right? Okay.
That was my other question. Were they Moors?
I don't even know who you're talking about. I'm listening to the question.
Okay, go ahead.
Abu Bakari and Mansa Musa were brothers.
Oh, okay. Yep, go ahead.
Okay, the Mansa Musa was the king of the Songhai Empire, and that motherfucker, man, took up all of North and North Central Africa, all the way down, man, from Cairo, Egypt, to the top of Chad and clear across to the Atlantic, right? Okay, so therefore, they brought the sciences with them. Okay, see, this is why I really wish we had Dr. Ashwar Kwesi, man, because he's got it real broke down. Because as you know, the Great Pyramid, multiply the height by the base gives you the exact distance from Earth to the sun. And then all the other pyramids are copies of the Great Pyramid, and they have certain windows carved in each pyramid, man, that gives you certain elements of constellations off of astrophysics. You see what I mean? And so therefore, when I look at this dude Einstein, if he was still probably alive, I believe that Einstein will be perhaps the first non-African to acknowledge the contribution that we made to the history of the world, if not the whole goddamn universe.
Well, we say we go back to the scientific study of alchemy. Therefore, we are the scientific base of the universe. And nothing else after that needs to be studied. Nothing else after that needs to be studied because we can prove it goes all the way back to the beginning of time. And we are the beginning of time. So I agree with you.
Okay.
Yes.
Please define for me alchemy.
Alchemy is a science, and it's the study. The real truth of alchemy is the study of self. Who am I? Why do I exist in this world? What is my chemical makeup within the universe? How do I transpose myself from a lower self to a higher self? This is the true idea of alchemy, more opposed than turning. When you say I'm turning lead to gold, what you were saying is I recognize my lower instincts and I am going to go above them and control my lower instincts to be a higher me. That's alchemy. When a child is born and opens their eyes and takes that breath and starts crying, they start experiencing the existence. That's alchemy. Automatically, that's alchemy. So we are born scientists.
Okay.
From the beginning.
Okay. All righty. Okay. Thank you for the definition, sir. Now, another thing is this.
chest cracked over right out.
And hit me in the chat room on this one here too, Mac 285. Just what is the cave beast or the Caucasoid's purpose here on this planet? Because everywhere he goes, man, he fucks it up.
Yeah, flying your ear. Irritant to you, that's all.
Everywhere he went on this planet, to quote Malcolm X, is that he has fucked it up.
Yep.
Let me ask you a question, Shabaka. In the hood right now, right? Who makes it unsafe in the hood right now?
Oh, the public indoctrination centers, the police department,
the police.
public
That's who makes it unsafe?
Yes.
So the young men who get up and without any type of warrant or anything put guns on, they don't make it dangerous in the hood.
And
they're not killing each other indiscriminately.
See, y'all, they're just imitating what they already
Chicago
see
to New York to Los Angeles to Oakland.
Yeah, they're imitating what they see.
Right.
Okay, so even in
that raggedy ass institution called Hollywood, it's because Hollywood.
I agree with you. However, listen to me. When our sons wake up in the neighborhoods, they don't wake up with all those people around them. They only wake up with themselves. So then, therefore, they are responsible to themselves to make themselves not do things that harm the community. And I understand the influence of Hollywood music and all of that. Trust me. But as an individual, we can only count on that individual to be accountable for the actions that they partake in within the day. And right now, in our hoods, the most dangerous people look like me and you because they don't understand the idea of taking on accountability for self.
Exactly. They have a bad
time. Hell yeah. That's my whole point right there. But see, if we take on accountability for self, then we have to be educated by self. We have to be educated by the people that look like us. You see what I'm saying? As opposed to going to our oppressor. I mean, hell, look at Jane Elliott. I know you know who Jane Elliott is. I know you know who Jane Elliott is. And who was the other broad man that just kicked the bucket 2 days ago, man?
2 days ago.
Dr. Ruth?
Ruth.
I thought it was Jane Elliott, but it was the other chick.
Dr. Ruth.
Dr. Ruth.
Yeah. See, she's all fucked up. Okay. Now, the point is, here's another thing that we got to look at, too. Now, answer me this here, Elia. I'm just being the devil's advocate, brother, because, hey, man, you're a homie, man. I loved learning from you. You know what I'm saying? I love the knowledge that you drop. Okay. Now, we got to get our children out of these goddamn public indoctrination centers, because the first time that I ducked gunfire, it was at school. The first time I heard about somebody getting killed, it was in a public indoctrination center. I got tired of going to high school, man, and the goddamn lapdogs is up there with more weapons than a damn military soldier. You see what I mean? Then, not to mention the fact, a guy who I went to elementary school with, okay, had got approached by these school security agencies, right? And they wanted to take him in. They caught him dirty, and he says, okay, I'm dirty, I'm going to go with you, but they wanted to put handcuffs on him. He says, no, you're not going to put handcuffs on me. And this man put in some work, man, like Bruce Lee, fucked 3 of them up, okay, had some hands on him, right? Then they start beating a young man in the head with handcuffs, and these damn security agents, man, were leaking bad. I mean, real bad. They were leaking worse than Chuck Wepner when Muhammad Ali beat his ass. Okay. So then they got him in a little room. They called the lapdogs. Lapdogs going there with batons. And I never saw that brother again. And I heard up, man, they damn had to call the ambulance for him. So I understand what you're saying on the accountability, yeah. which you are right about, but it's up to us as men to raise our sons, not these goddamn public indoctrination centers. Because half the motherfuckers running that shit belong in jail. They child molesters and all that old kind of shit.
I agree with you. However, the truth of the matter is, and I'm telling us the truth, once you call yourself a Black African-American United States citizen, you have put yourself under their care. You have signed a contract where you agree that they get to take care of you. And in their taking care of you, they get to say the way it happens. And that's why we're suffering as a people the way we're suffering. Because they get.
Now let me ask you this, yeah. What's the solution to that?
The
Mac 25 says he simply disagrees with you, yeah.
Listen, disagreeing with me and what the law is are two different things. And I'm not gonna, if you disagree with me, you haven't read the law, so I don't know. I said, calling yourself a Black or African American, you made yourself a belligerent on the land. So that right there takes you out of law, if you look up the word belligerent. So then
now,
to go forward.
Here, according to Mac 285 here, and I agree with him, we are suffering because we don't want unity. Not that we lack unity, we don't want it. First thing is, man, is you look at these motherfuckers in Hollywood. Tyler Perry. This man is a great actor. But Tyler Perry, why are you going around wearing a goddamn dress, man? Tyler Perry, play more than parts you do.
Tyler Perry is the perfect example of a Black man, an African American. He is the perfect example. Tyler Perry is what the rest of everyone else aspires to be. That's why in order to get in the industry, you got to wear a dress. We done heard Eddie Griffin, Martin Lawrence, and everybody else talk about it. So Tyler Perry, Tyler Perry has perfected. Tyler Perry has perfected that Black man Africanism that he needs in order to be successful within their world.
Okay, that part you're right about. I mean, look at Billy Porter. And you remember, Brother Che, you was telling me about Billy Porter and that white boy who was fucking him in his ass, threw his ass to the curb, and Billy Porter out there homeless now. You take your ass down there on Hollywood Boulevard, man. Dig this. When you get east of Vine Street on Hollywood Boulevard, right? And past the Pantages Theater, that's where you see all the tramp camps at. You know what I'm saying? You know, and then they take out Black women and got them ghetto bagging out there in the San Fernando Valley. Oh, you're going to make your big audition for Hollywood. That's why I hope they. So,
Shabaka, let me ask you a question, Shabaka. Shabaka, let me ask you a question. How come you go to the reservation and see flat bottom women instead of women who look like our side stars? How come?
You tell me, brother. You tell me. I don't know.
So Brother Shay, please log this in because this is my third time answering this question.
All right.
It has to do with Grover Cleveland, not Andrew Jackson. Grover Cleveland and the Dawes role, where they took their people and signed them on as Native Americans and Indians and put them on reservations.
I had the same answer.
$5 Indians. Okay, all right. Okay, because I passed the Nez Pierce reservation. And
but do you have the answer now? Do you have the answer now, brother?
Okay, all right. Now, moving right along. Okay, and it's 102 degrees out here, and I'm yet to get sunburned. Thank the ancestors. And then I'm going to have to sign off on this here because we've been 2 hours into it, Brother Che.
You're right.
Yeah. Okay, all right. Now, Mac 285 says something right here that he's absolutely right about. It's all about making money. Who supports Tyler Perry? We do. Now, you see, he's right about that there. And I commend you on that there, Mac 285. That's why we created that hashtag resurrection of the mental dead. Just of what this man is saying right here and what El Yah is saying. This is resurrection of the mental dead. You see what I'm saying? And
I don't support Tyler Perry. He's part of the reason why I got a divorce. And I don't support Tyler Perry.
You the reason I got a divorce?
Oh yeah, twin, we need Sarge. Yeah, twin, we need Sarge.
Him and Steve Harvey talking about they gonna teach a woman how to act like a man and think like a woman, or think like a man and act. Man, shut up.
Right.
Man, now that we agree on. Man, fuck Steve Harvey. This some bitch gonna get up here and say, man, I don't give a damn about slavery. And then you see this cocksucker up here talking about, oh man, man, all that. Nigga, you talking out of both sides of your mouth. I don't listen to a trick like that. Now, if the man gets up here and says, I'm wrong, now you got my attention. Hell, I ain't the most perfect motherfucker there is. Shit. I got more fuck-ups than the law allows. But that's classified. After I check out, open up the file. And on that, I'm sounding like that motherfucker, man, before this COVID bullshit. Well, the Air Force classified, military classified, public health agent classified.
Take care of our children.
You know,
but
everything.
Yo, you gotta watch the rest in your off time. You gotta watch the rest of that video and listen to what that dude Odie said over 10 years ago, because it is hysterical.
That shit.
It's hysterical.
Huh?
Yeah,
it's hysterical to me.
What we heard.
Yeah, because it was in the U.S. Congressman doing the Obama regime, man, when they was doing that. You know, what dude got up there and said, and then you can see the dude is saying, man, my God, this shit is all fucked up.
Gotta go. That's Shabaka.
Huh?
Before Shabaka left, I wanted to play this video that's been on the screen.
No, I'm still here. Yeah. Put up the video, man, and then I got to go after this one to save my data.
So I think
if and when we do get Sarge
with Hillary Clinton.
Okay.
Judge keep muting me every time I speak because I feel like I'm in Brother Jeff's place. And that old boy got butt broken, and after that, he muted me after everything I said.
This is the same one, but the funny thing is when they talk about Morocco over there, it did not become a country until like 1956. And Prophet Noble Drew Ali had already said this was us.
Welcome our friends and colleagues from Morocco here to the Benjamin Franklin room on the 8th floor of the State Department for this very important first session of the U.S.-Morocco Strategic Dialogue. Before I begin to address the significance of this strategic dialogue and the next step in our long relations with Morocco, I want to say a few words about the events unfolding in the world today. We are closely watching what is happening in Yemen and elsewhere, and we certainly hope and expect that there will be steps taken to avoid violence and prevent the escalation of protests into violence. I also want to take a moment to address the video circulating on the internet that has led to these protests in a number of countries. Let me state very clearly, and I hope it is obvious, that the United States government had absolutely nothing to do with this video. We absolutely reject its content and message. America's commitment to religious tolerance goes back to the very beginning of our nation. And as you know, we are home to people of all religions, many of whom came to this country seeking the right to exercise their own religion, including, of course, millions of Muslims. And we have the greatest respect for people of faith. To us, to me personally, this video is disgusting and reprehensible. It appears to have a deeply cynical purpose to denigrate a great religion and to provoke rage. But as I said yesterday, there is no justification, none at all, for responding to this video with violence. We condemn the violence that has resulted in the strongest terms, and we greatly appreciate that many Muslims in the United States and around the world have spoken out on this issue. Violence, we believe, has no place in religion and is no way.
Is that the same video, y'all, or is that a different video?
Yes, it is. Yes, it is. She's gonna get to it, but it's gonna take a minute. There are quite a few of those videos. Some of them she gets too shorter, but yeah, if you do it like that, she's gonna make the announcement.
Okay.
To honor religion. Islam, like other religions, respects the fundamental dignity of human beings, and it is a violation of that fundamental dignity to wage attacks on innocents. As long as there are those who are willing to shed blood and take innocent life in the name of religion, the name of God, the world will never know a true and lasting peace. It is especially wrong for violence to be directed against diplomatic missions. These are places whose very purpose is peaceful, to promote better understanding across countries and cultures. All governments have a responsibility to protect those spaces and people. Because to attack an embassy is to attack the idea that we can work together to build understanding and a better future. Now, I know it is hard for some people to understand why the United States cannot or does not just prevent these kinds of reprehensible videos from ever seeing the light of day. Now, I would note that in today's world, with today's technologies, that is impossible. But even if it were possible, our country does have a long tradition of free expression, which is enshrined in our Constitution and our law. And we do not stop individual citizens from expressing their views, no matter how distasteful they may be. There are, of course, different views around the world about the outer limits of free speech and free expression. But there should be no debate about the simple proposition that violence in response to speech is not acceptable. We all, whether we are leaders in government, leaders in civil society, or religious leaders, must draw the line at violence. And any responsible leader should be standing up now and drawing that line. I wanted to begin with this statement because, as our Moroccan friends and all of you know, this has been a difficult week at the State Department. I very much appreciate, Minister, the condolences your government expressed to our embassy in Rabat. And even though that tragedy happened far away in Benghazi, we found a reminder of the deep bonds that connect Morocco to the United States. It was in the high Atlas Mountains of Morocco that one of the Americans we lost this week, Ambassador Chris Stevens, fell in love with the region when he served as a Peace Corps volunteer there. That experience set him on a decades-long career of service. So in the memory of fallen friends and colleagues, let us remind ourselves of the many ways in which not just our governments, but the people of our two nations have worked together to build a better future.
Okay, I think this is
In many ways, the United States looks to Morocco to be a leader and a model. His Majesty King Mohammed deserves great credit for the work you've undertaken. In fact, after my visit to Rabat earlier this year, I told my team we need to start a strategic dialogue with Morocco. No country has been a friend of the United States longer than Morocco. You were the first nation to recognize us back in 1777. But we're not satisfied with simply...
Wait, so the country of Morocco recognized the United States of America a year after the Declaration of Independence, or the same year the Declaration of Independence was signed?
So the whole time there had been an ongoing relationship leading up to that period. And so when by time she says 1777, it's like a whole relationship had went through that brought about that understanding of them being a nation. And that's the part that we were written out of. And we were written as slaves and Black and African Americans, when actually it was our ancestors that helped them come up with all of this Constitution, independence, Bill of Rights. And our ancestors helped them craft those documents so that they can be who they are. And this is
the Continental Congress, correct?
Not just the Continental Congress, all the way from the great peace that was established by the 5 nations, by the 5 indigenous nations. That was the beginning of everybody's like civilized way of life, or what they want to call it, a civilized way of life, because it took 5 different nations who were warring together to come together and say, no, it's over. This is how we do from now on. And then every other government documented itself after that with a constitution in order for them to be a people. So at the end of 1865, emancipation, we did not go back to the Constitution level. We began to seek our rights under the United States, within the United States, instead of being our own people.
Okay.
Okay. All right, yeah, drop knowledge.
So can you name the 5 nations that had came together?
Oh, well, that's easy to pull up, but I know Cherokee was one of them. After that, I don't want to lie. I don't know the 5 nations.
Okay, so the 5 nations, you're talking about the 5 civilized tribes.
Okay.
Yes, sir.
Keep in mind, though, that Cherokee had slaves, too.
Yeah.
Of people that look like us.
Every nation had slaves. Every nation had slaves.
Every nation.
I'm talking about our people.
Every nation had slaves. There is no difference between mine and your slavery. Anybody
I don't
else?
give a fuck about no Finlands. I don't give a fuck about no cave dwellers. I don't give a fuck about no blonde-haired, blue-eyed motherfucking devils. I'm talking about our people.
Our people held our people in slavery.
Yes, y'all, there is some truth to that, but not this kind of slavery that we had to deal with.
That's
yes, sir. Yes, sir. Yes, we did, and we did it under the guise of being white.
So, let me tell you something, man. Okay, that Caucasoid, man, you know, it's a species. Why do you think it burns out there in the sun? Right now, man, it's 102 degrees out here. And hell, yeah, me, you, Mac 285, Brother Che, you know, Lady Che can get right out here, man, sit out here, man, have us some water or whatever, man, just shoot the breeze and what have you in this sun. But our skin is not going to peel like a snake. You see what I'm saying? Number one. And what color is a snake on its belly?
White.
Yeah. That's all I want to make.
A snake is one of the most highest intelligence beings on the earth. And it crawls on its belly because it's hiding from the predators that would kill it if it walked on two legs.
Yep.
There is a negative and positive to all things except the creator of all things. There is an opposite to everything.
Okay, but as you said it yourself, which you are correct about, it's a predator. You see what I'm saying? The Caucasian is a predator. That's why his skin peels out here in this 102 degrees right here. He is a predator.
So a predator is someone who would harm you.
Just like what Columbus said when he came here. Like to quote the great Dr. John Henry Clark, one of our most leading scholars, as he had stated. He says, you know, the indigenous people here came here, brought them gifts, showed these stinking motherfuckers, you know, how to feed themselves on the land. Had the internet back in that time in history in the 1600s. You didn't have even a damn telephone line. Hell, you barely had, man, you know, of flag signals, you know what I'm saying, to communicate at a distance. And then with them Euros said, hey, to take these people over is going to be much easier than we thought. So that Caucasoid came here on 1691 with evil intent.
The people who came here in 1691 look like you and me. There was not what we call white people. They look like you and me. They was not what we call white people. They was you and me.
Okay, hold on there, y'all. Now, if you saying that this shit that they talking about these goddamn pilgrims, man, is a bunch of bullshit, brother, hey, I'll listen to you. Hell, I'll in fact agree to you. But I do not believe that these stinking, non-bathing, lice-infested motherfuckers, man, came here with good intent. You see what I'm saying? Nah, that ain't my words, brother. That's Dr. John Henry Clark. And they did stink, Mac 285. You know what I'm saying? I mean, our women gave the world the concept of feminine hygiene. Man, I go through Oakland, California one day and see this sister from East Africa so goddamn beautiful. I says, what is it that makes y'all so beautiful over there? She says, it is the water. The water. What's the first thing you need to wash your funky, stinking, nasty, crusty ass? Water.
Certainly hot.
And then when you look at the castles of England, just like you brought up there, not cutting your wisdom, brother. You know what I'm saying? And I hope you ain't taking it that way. Okay. Them damn castles, man, was some of the most filthiest, nastiest motherfuckers you had. You know what they call the moat? Yeah, you know what they call the moat that went around the castles? That was the goddamn sewer, man.
Yeah.
Them motherfuckers used to shit in the bucket, man, live with rats and throw it out there in the damn water. That must have been one funky, nasty motherfucker. I mean, that motherfucker was a goddamn sanitation brewing for 2 or 3 centuries, you know? And then we supposed to bow down to these motherfuckers like that rat-ass broad, the Queen of England. Oh, I hear by night you and all that shit. No, man, you want to talk about some queens? Tell me about Hatshepsut. Tell me about Queen Yamuna. Tell me about Her Majesty Queen Nzinga when them goddamn Portuguese came down there. Yes, cesspools. Thank you, Mac 285. When the Portuguese gonna go down there and tell Her Majesty Queen Nzinga, oh, well, Queen Nzinga, we bring you all this, we bring you all that, we so good, and all this old type of stuff. And I'm quite sure Her Majesty said, take these stinking motherfuckers and throw them in the river so they can wash their nasty asses and watch all the crust, lice, and scum come up off of them. And then they come back. Well, Nzinga, you're a colony of Portugal. And Her Majesty said at 18 years old, motherfucker, do you care to repeat that? Right. Yeah, you're kind pow, ping, boom, 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 and put the work in for the next 50 years. Yep. But they don't teach us that part.
So when you speak of that time period and you say Portuguese, I know the Spaniards and the Portuguese really Iberians. So that queen.
Okay, say that again, El Yan. You faded out. Say that again, sir.
Oh, Portugal.
I know that Portuguese.
What now?
Sit on the and Monaco, right? They sit on the Iberian Peninsula.
Iberian Peninsula.
And that's what they were originally called, Iberians. And as Iberians, guess who the Iberians are? And so when you talking about that, she exists during the Iberian period, them stinky people she talking about is me and you.
No, I'm not that nasty, brother. You have to speak for yourself on that. I believe in washing my ass. I'm sorry.
Well, brother,
I don't believe.
Listen, when we keep saying things like those Caucasians, and then we can point out a period that no, the time period they're talking about is our families. That what? It ain't me. It's our families.
You talking
from back then? That were their ass.
Like during the Dark Ages and the medieval period.
Sir.
If that wherever that he mentioned a queen. So during that queen time, instead of calling themselves Portuguese Spaniards,
early 1500s, if I'm not mistaken,
Yeah, that's the time of Queen Nzinga. Yes, sir.
Early 1500s. So during the early 1500s, I'm telling us, we still controlled Europe at that time.
Even in the
King James
control in 1492.
No, this is when. All right, so when we lost control, understand that we lost control through the object of Christianity taking over Islam, not skin color.
Okay, but there were Christian Moors. There were
that's what they call it.
That were benefiting from our abuse. They were Christian Moors who were Catholics who were benefiting from our abuse.
Okay, so that's why they have the popes and the sculptures of the blacks. Like these people are like literally painted black that they worship out in parts.
Because the original popes look like me and you. Mm-hmm. The original bishop.
Because I've been hearing for years that like King Charles or King Charles was more.
Yes.
King James was a more.
Yes. And as we go through their bloodlines, we find out all of them were Moors. They all look like us, even down to this dude named Medici, who was a big
Moor.
Yes.
Wow.
And one of my heroes.
Okay. I didn't know that. Like I had a feeling like because I studied a lot of that back in high school because I was like in one of the magnet programs and like we studied like straight up world history back then, late 90s, early 2000s, and I always thought they were like what we consider now black, but I wasn't 100% sure. But now I know.
When we say we navigated the world, don't just make it sound like we were tourists and we just went places.
Yeah, he so did. Thank you, twin, for that reminder. Vladimir Putin did say that. He said that we worship Black Jesus.
Yeah, exactly.
Okay,
That's what I'm talking about.
So there you go.
To you, brother Che. Hold on, brother Che. Hold on, yeah. I'm trying to send a link here to brother Che.
Okay, put it in the private chat, Shabbat.
Yeah, this is what I'm trying to do. Okay. But I don't think it won't let me do it. Okay, they just shit. Okay, now I'm trying to get the URL for this motherfucker.
Okay, so those are all.
Oh man, yeah,
now
these some nasty.
Y'all, were the Romans Moors as well?
The Greeks, the Romans, wherever we say was you and I. Wherever they lied to us, they gave us a fake history. You and I are that history. Everything they talk about is us.
So we were stealing from ourselves.
Oh, I'm so sick and tired of
these
goddamn commercials on this
shit. We are at war with ourselves. We are stealing from ourselves. We are denigrating each other's mothers. Yes.
The Moors are doing this.
All of us who would be Moors, yes, this is what we are doing. Don't try to separate yourself. You're a Moor. And your families have, if your family is a preacher, they're participating in this right now.
Okay,
if somebody a minister in church, a pastor, they're imam, they are participating in our division and destruction.
So you got the 3 P's. You got the pulpit, pork chop preachers. Then you got
sir.
The Bojangles, Tap Shoeing, Yes a Boss, and
pulpit
pimping. The
political pulpit pimps. The 3 P's right there, brother Che.
And the
political pulpit pimp.
Because brother L, y'all was alluding to that. What makes the community unsafe? We cannot avoid our Pookies and Ray Rays. We do have that.
Okay.
We got our Cripple, we got our Blood, we got our VDN and our VLN and but see, that's
okay, brother Che.
Right? Just gotta learn that redirect the aim in the proper direction with it.
Okay, brother Che, not cutting your wisdom.
It's us.
Okay. Okay,
So
now Twin says we are the original. Unfortunately, we are also cursed. Okay, now brother Che, I sent it off in the chat room right here, a YouTube link, man, on Queen and Zinga, man. Before you show it, man, please play it to make sure that's the right one, because YouTube, man, you know, they be full of shit. Okay, we are the original. Unfortunately, we are cursed. Okay, this is what Twin Pyramid is saying.
And that's what the Hebrew Israelites are saying.
Okay. All right. Okay. Could you pull up that YouTube video I just posted in the chat room, brother Che?
Which chat room did you post it in? In my messenger?
In the private chat. No, in the private chat here on the Streamyard.
It's not showing up. Oh, okay. There it is. I got you.
Yeah.
Let me play it first.
You see how they screen this shit, man? Now check this out, L. Check this out, Twin Pyramid. I just went to fucking Blog Talk Radio, man. They got a motherfucker up there doing a live feed, man. These cocksuckers, man, is up here keying in on us. Ain't that a bitch? You know? They want to push the bullshit, man. But
it's just long as hell. It's 40 minutes. It's a 40-minute
clip,
but I don't know if you
okay, well, let me ask you this. Okay, yeah, I gotta go. But what I'm saying though is that in your spare time, check it out, brother Che, because I'm gonna check it out in my spare time because I want to make sure I get all my facts right, man. You know, so I'm gonna have to look at this here and take some notes. Yeah, well, Queen and Zinga was bad news to them stankin' motherfuckers, man. Like Queen Hatshepsut, she was bad news to them stankin' ass invaders. You know, she commanded her own troops in the field, brother. Queen Amina of Zaza, which is now modern day Nigeria. She commanded about 2 or 3 regiments. You see what I'm saying?
The the video that Shabak is talking about.
Yeah,
So,
right. Now you
what
see
he-
these stinking ass motherfuckers coming up here. Motherfucker up here wearing his fag shit, man, you know, with his tight pants and all that old shit. Look at our people down there, men folk in shape. You know what I'm saying? But look at what these motherfuckers is wearing. Look at this bag of tricks right there. You know what I mean?
So were those Moors?
No, those are the Portuguese. That there's in Motamba, man. That there's in Southwest Africa.
Which is in
They're
Europe.
nowhere near Morocco.
Morocco. Oh, okay. I see
They're
what you're
nowhere
saying.
near Morocco. They're nowhere near Morocco.
Portuguese. So
You
were
know-
there any Portuguese Moors?
I'm sorry?
I'm asking El were there Portuguese Moors as well?
Yes, there were Portuguese Moors. Yes, not all of them, but a family of them was called. We dominated there from like 700 to 1400 AD.
Okay,
Right,
now existed in the early 1500s AD, yeah.
Say that again?
Yeah, Her Majesty existed in the early 1500s AD.
Yeah, the remnant. Okay, so when your people lose power, that doesn't mean the king and queen step down. That means your people lost power. You're not a part of the Senate and the Congresses anymore running shit. Somebody else is, but the king and queen, they could not take away a birthright, which is the reason why they want to get rid of royal rule, because you cannot diminish the birthright, and that's where you and I win through our birth. We win.
Okay, but hear me out. I'm going to say it again. Based on this information right here, this is Her Majesty's first encounter with these stinking, nasty, funky motherfuckers, okay? And they came down here with bullshit, okay? Then when they came back, sent by King Philip, okay, they told her that she was a colony of Portugal, and she said, motherfucker, do you care to repeat that? And they did, and it was on. For the next 50 fucking years.
A subject of who?
Portugal.
I know
Portuguese. Yeah, but they told Nzinga that she was a subject of Portugal. Okay, because see, these Europeans, man, they came with lies, filth, deceit, funk, no ingenuity. They lived with rats.
Yep.
Understand?
Their first kings and queens lived in whole barns, not castles, barns. And they used to let the animals run freely. They didn't even have no windows.
Yeah, right.
You just imagine.
Yeah, exactly. Because it was so fucking cold up there in Europe, man. Shit, y'all think Denver, Colorado was cold, man. Look at them places called like Iceland. I mean, look at Iceland. Look at Norway. Look at, what's that other place? Hell, y'all would know this, Denmark. See, here's one thing about that raggedy ass institution, man, like our brother was saying about Hollywood, right? Okay. They're not going to show you films like this, brother. Understand? They ain't going to show you films like this. And just like, man, when I was in Oakland, man, playing chess with these brothers from Ethiopia, and you know, like how, man, when you play chess, you know how to play chess, Brother Che?
Yes.
Okay, and you know, like how, you know, you get the pawns, you trying to race the pawn down, man, to the
lady to the queen.
Yeah. So this dude from Ethiopia who I was playing with, I make my move. I says, okay, brother, your move. He says, that is queen. And then she'll beat my ass on her chessboard, and when he go down there and he'll get the queen back, you know what he would say? Queen of Sheba.
Queen of Sheba.
Oh, that motherfucker was good, man. You know, didn't speak a word of English, but he knew how to play some damn chess.
Yeah.
See, my point is, Black family, is this, man. Hollywood, man, is afraid of our power. See, so El Ya is on to something right there. Now, El is going to take me a minute to digest your knowledge, brother. You know what I'm saying? But they are afraid of our power. This is why they are in fear of our unity. You see what I'm saying? Do you know how many of these cave creatures look out here, man, peeling skin and all this old type of shit out here fucked up? Oh, it's so hot. I got something. And I just take my casual ass on, you know, take my crippled ass on, you know what I'm saying? Walk out there, sip my water, look at the sun. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
Ain't no skin peeling here. You know what I'm saying? You know. Now, I'm going to tell you something. I feel for Mighty Whitey going through all that pain and shit, right? But you could best believe that motherfucker did not have no sympathy for us, man, when they were taking our men folk and castrating them on them plantations. They didn't feel shit for us when they were barbecuing us. Like when they had the picnics, picnic. They'll come out there and sit out there with the quote-unquote picnic basket full of food. So you damn savages is that goddamn inhumane that you're going to sit up there and watch them burn another human being, lynch him, and you sitting there eating your food. And then when you get hung, what happens, man? Piss shit comes out the crack of your ass, you know what I'm saying? Neck snap, vomiting, tongue hanging out. And I got photographs, and that we've seen photographs, Brother Che. Okay. You know, and these crackers are sitting up here laughing and smiling at this shit. And we supposed to say that these are our brothers. Well, they say there's no fool like an old fool. And if I am an old fool, man, after seeing that, man, feeling the way I did, man, I don't think I'm too foolish. But this is the shit that these savages want to erase from their history so they could have us up there like Uncle Tim Scott, like Herschel Walker. You know what I'm saying? Up here worshiping the orange dude. You know what I mean? And what happened? And this is not hatred.
Well, y'all's back. We
So,
lost.
Yeah, go ahead, man.
Yes, sir. Listen, they are not scared of Black power because in Black power, there honestly and truthfully, lawfully is no power. What they are scared of is that we understand that and we start claiming our nationalities, which gives us right to this land and shows us where our ancestors owned different parts of the land at. That's what they're scared of. But they are not scared of Black power because all they got to say is belligerent. They're against the law. And who's going to back them up? Every nation. Every nation will back them up. And as far as Black and African Americans not being a people.
Okay. Oh, yeah. I'm not cutting your wisdom, brother. I'm just recognizing from our history as a people, okay, of what Her Majesty Queen Nzinga did when these pale-skinned, straight-haired, blue-eyed motherfuckers came down there talking about they running shit. She says, get your ass about the motherfucking neighborhood.
It wasn't them.
All the way to her death.
It wasn't them. It was us. We've been lied to since Reconstruction. It was our own people who look like us.
I'm sorry, but I can't see it, brother. No disrespect to you.
Then go back to Reconstruction.
I will always have love for you, brother. I can't see it.
Go back and study the Reconstruction period. Go back and study
I'm talking about here in Mutamba. I'm talking about here in Mutamba. That's what I'm talking about. Mutamba.
Here in Mutamba?
Because how far is Mutamba, man? Okay, but what it is, though, how far is Mutamba, man? All the way, man, from what El Yah's talking about, Morocco? Man, shit, that's about the distance, man, twice the distance from Seattle to San Diego.
Okay, so hold up, Shabaka. Listen, Morocco, that place over there, they're interlopers. They are copying off us. They are your answer, so why you won't understand why today was being said to you. Let me say this again. In 1929, Prophet Noble Drew Ali pulled that flag up and he said, this is Morocco. This is the original Morocco. This is who we are. We are Moroccans. That place they call Morocco today did not become a Morocco until around 1956.
Okay, hold on.
That's 30 years later after what Prophet Noble Drew Ali said. So this is why we can't go by what they said. We have to go by what we're saying. And we have to look at all of these documents without their eye. That means we're not Black and African American. Stop trying to defend us and define us as Black and African American. Stop looking at our losses in Black and African American and look at it as loss of nations. We lost nations. Nations are greater than a group of people that link us together. And then when I recognize my nations, I also recognize that some of you ain't down with me.
Nations are families, y'all. You don't
but some ain't down. But some ain't down with me. And once I recognize who your nation is, see, as opposed to saying I'm Black African American, well, we ain't all down together either, are we? So when I come down to, but once you say who your nation is, I know whether or not you down with me, period, by your nation.
Okay, I get that point. Okay.
Okay, all right, okay. I was up here trying to look on some more books up on
trying to find
right here. Okay, let me go to the wrong Bennett right here. Yeah, brother Chad, they got the damn blog talk back up, the dirty bastards. Mighty funny they killed it at our time trying to come on.
Yeah, always. We don't have to do that. We got to track down Sarge again. We got to get his contact.
Yeah. Okay, because I'm trying to look up some information right here, and I don't think I have a source of what.
Y'all was right on the money. He said April. Oh, he didn't say April 7th, but he did say 1956. That's when Morocco became a sovereign state, its own state.
Okay. Okay. And we got Twin Pyramid right here. Okay, so I'm gonna have to probably look at that video, Brother Che, on my cell phone, you know, as I fall asleep tonight. But Nzinga was bad. She was bad.
So she was around before the Sati dynasty.
Before the who, Brother Che?
I don't know.
No, she was in the early 1500s. She was in the early 1500s, and I believe Her Majesty transitioned, man, in 1587. So this would have to be 1537. But just looking at this photograph right here, say, they got these stinking ass motherfuckers coming up there, one with his bag of tricks, okay? Another one right there, man, you know, offering his hand out, and you see the brother standing right there with his hand on his weapon.
So we the Phoenicians, Elia?
Huh?
So I'm going through the history of Morocco, right? And what I'm reading is astrological evidence has shown that the area was inhabited by hominids at least 400,000 years ago. The recorded history of Morocco begins with the Phoenician colonization of the Morocco.
Is that PH? Okay, is that PHOE? That's Phoenicians.
Yeah, Phoenicians. Yeah.
Yeah.
Yes, Phoenicians, Carthaginians, Moroccans, Mali, you name all of that. There's a few others too. Listen, when we say that we traverse this earth, we were Akabulunians, we were Nubians, we were Egyptians, we were Arabians, we were Greeks, we were Romans, we were French, we were English, we were German. It was us. And because we fought each other over philosophical and religious ideologies, is how we lost and got in the condition that we're in, calling ourselves Black and African American. And everybody else in the world owns our inheritance across the world because we won't claim it. We're too busy trying to be Black and African American.
Hold on. Okay, hold on, y'all. Now, I'm going to give you a little bit of ammo right here. That's why they made it against the law for a slave to read, because once a slave starts reading, he starts thinking. Once he starts thinking, he starts realizing his position. When he starts realizing his position, he starts rebelling.
Amen.
Okay. What is it? How did you say that? It's spelled C-A-L, like Cali, and then it's P-H-A-T-E.
Okay, man, I got to sign off, man. I'm 3 hours in, man. Okay, so we're going to try to do the blog talk again. I'm going to try to track Sarge down.
Good, Bill. We're definitely going to continue this conversation at a later time. Thank y'all for tapping in.
Okay, all right, yeah, I get with you, brother.
Peace and love. Thank you, gentlemen. Thank you, Star Shay.
Yes, sir.
All right. Okay. All right, but just check out that YouTube video, Brother Che, because I'm going to pull it up and I'm going to try to look at it because it looks like it's about 2 hours long.
This one right here, I'm on it. Is like 40 minutes.
Oh, yeah, the formidable warrior queen of Angola. Okay. Which is Matamba. Okay. Yeah, the original name was Angola was what the goddamn Portuguese called it. Man, you stinking nasty ass motherfuckers, man. Shit. But anyway,
look up the warrior queen Khalifa of California.
California, yeah.
Funny you should say that. That day, do you remember Brother Isaiah brought that day to our attention too, Brother Che?
Yep.
And
this
also
is Arlene.
This here. Okay, now hold on there, El. You're gonna love this. There was a black woman that owned a ranch, okay, in the cowboy times, okay, about the late 1880s, early 1890s, right? And they bullshitted her out of the land, and that ranch consists of Beverly Hills, Hollywood, North Hollywood, Woodland Hills. You see what I'm saying? And that's quite a great big amount of land out there. Okay.
But now, you know how they got it out of her? By her admitting or saying that she was Black or African American. Because once she said it and she agreed, now she don't have any land. She should have stuck with what her grandmother told her she was as far as what that land was concerned, which over there in California would carry another one of our nation's names. And she should have stuck with that instead of saying, as soon as she said Black African American, she got the right to vote, she gave up the land.
Are you talking about
wait a minute. Okay, now hold on too. Now another thing though too that our sister Bianca was talking about the Ohlone.
Yeah.
They have an Ohlone region up there in California too, which is over by Frisco Bay, which is near Panther Town. You see what I'm saying? Yeah, exactly. You see what I'm saying? So, but I'm gonna check this out here on Nzinga, okay, and definitely pull up Queen Khalifa. Because there was a YouTube video, you all gonna love this, and I'm gonna say this, and I'm gonna go. There was a YouTube video of a sister on the airplane up there, getting on the airplane up there in Oakland, right?
Yeah.
So the white broad, with her arrogance, oh, now you need to go sit over there. And the sister says, no, bitch, I'm a queen. I'm Queen Khalifa. California is named after Queen Khalifa. So they called the man on her. She said, I will go, but she says, no, bow down to me, you stinking motherfucker. You know what I'm saying? And the white folks, oh, she's a racist. First place, we ain't no goddamn racist, man. What police departments and military we control? That's how you inflict racism. Her Majesty there of Mutamba, that's how she defended herself. And she was only 15 years old when she had started. Did it all the way up until she was 80. This is the knowledge they don't want us to have. Thank you, Mac 285. You see what I'm saying? They want us to go up here to these goddamn public indoctrination centers and kill each other over bullshit, like what El Yah was saying, and that he is right about. See, this is why they split up the Black family unit. You see? So with that there, ladies and gentlemen, I'm out, so I can conserve some of this data right here for our future productions. Okay, so y'all have a nice night, and all I do ask, if we do disagree, please let us disagree agreeably.
Okay.
So I hope that we're all in concert.
After this, I will call you after this.
Yes, sir. Yes, sir. Okay, and I'm going to see if I can pull his YouTube link on my cell phone. Okay, because all these damn devices all are intertwined and shit. Lousy spine
we're about to hit the 3 hour mark.
Yes, sir. Okay. All right. Okay. All right, y'all. I'm out. Leaving the studio. Have a nice night.
Well,
peace and love. Peace and love.
And if the blog talk is up, Brother Che, we could perhaps try to make a special episode for Sarge's ass. Because we want everybody going on Sarge, and also too, El Yah, you can get in on some of that there too. Huh?
Twin said he appreciates you, Shabaka.
Oh, yes, sir. Oh, yeah.
Twin said he appreciates you.
Yes, sir. Oh, yeah. All right. Right on, Twin Pyramid. Yeah, man. We're going to try to get Sarge, man, so we can have that motherfucker for lunch. Huh?
Yeah. Okay. So El Yah job. So I must say, Lady Che, what is your closing?
Nothing.
You always got to close.
I got nothing to say. I learned a lot.
Okay.
Okay, Mac 285 says it's on fire. Twin Pyramid is laughing. The show is on fire. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5 fires. Wow. Okay. Each one of them bonfires right there is a knuckle upside of ignorant motherfucker's dome. Shit. They can come get educated. And I do know the word is educated. See, that's the difference between a wise man and a goddamn fool. All right, y'all have a nice night.
All right.
Huh? Okay, I'm out. Okay.
It might be going live. It's freezing up on it.
Okay, it's freezing up.
Yeah, the computer is freezing up. Okay. All right, have a good night, Shabaka.
Bye, fellas.
Okay, man. Okay.
Max said,
all right.
We are not.
Okay,
Moors.
Mac 285 says we are not Moors. My final statement. All right, Mac 285.
It was told to me that the Moors had sold us into slavery, the chattel slavery. So they are the traders, if you will. Mac.
Well, okay, but what had happened though is, Brother Chad, I'm gonna say this here, and this is my last statement. See, we sat up there and made the mistake of seeing them funky, stinking, nasty-ass motherfuckers as human. That was our mistake. You see what I'm saying? Yeah, and then also too, Brother Che.
You want the Mac? That's how I was talking to you too. I was like, huh? Like,
yeah. But anyway, I'll continue on that, man. I'm starting to ramble. That means I'm tired. Okay.
Yeah.
All right. I'll check with y'all tomorrow.
Frontline Black News. All right. Thank y'all for tapping into season 9, episode 6 of Shabaka'S Blacc Experience.
Yes, sir. All right. Okay.
Mr. Hanson can tell you with Frontline Black News. We were on Verge tonight. It was supposed to be him co-hosting the show. It didn't work out that way. So it turned into a FBA verse more or not verse. More conversation unexpectedly, but to be expected with the Moors. So FBA family that tapped in, I mean, do your own independent research. See if what he was saying was actually 100% correct or if there was holes in it. Either way, what are we going to do to replace this injustice system with a system of justice, which guarantees that nobody's mistreated by the color of our skin or by their skin, and those that need most constructive help get it in a constructive manner. that's what we about over here on Codified. So appreciate everybody that tapped in. Definitely our hype people, Twin and Mac 285, Twin Pyramid and Mac 285. Always much appreciated. And anybody that's gonna listen to it on the playback, y'all for joining us, and Sister Exceeda for joining us as well in the chat. And yeah, as Lady Ch has nothing else to say, which I don't think she does.
Night, peace.
Good night, peace, love, light, reparations, and separations of Black empowerment from the mile-high income and illegal migrant flooded city in a sundown town known as Aurora, Colorado. Peace. And like and subscribe to Frontline Black News and the Revolutionary Agenda on YouTube and Facebook. And of course, Shabaka'S Blacc Experience Enhanced on Facebook and Twitter, now X.com.